Wow, it
Yeah.
didn't give me a countdown or anything.
No, that's weird. We're online, so that's good.
All right, we might freeze for just a
Oh,
second because I didn't expect that was going to happen. But it should be just a
Okay.
second.
Wow, Nana, you were quick on the draw there. I usually have to ask Kieran to do that, but you fucking just done it anyway.
Oh, Pete, you just cussed on our Sunday stream.
Don't care because you didn't tell me we were live. You thought
I
you said,
did.
"Oh, it might refresh. It might refresh."
No, I said if we're live, it didn't even give me a countdown. It just boom
No
went
worries.
on. That's crazy.
Well, it's fine.
I'm used to that countdown.
You-
And we
well-
are temporary frozen. This is for our audience. I'm used to that countdown.
Okay.
And we are, but that's just for right now. I will fix this here. Ta-da! Now we're fixed. But talk so I can see y'all's equalizer thingies.
Testing.
Oh.
1, 2.
Okay.
oh, words. We're here.
Yay! Let's see. Oh, chat. You have... Wow. Hello, ad. Oh.
Good help if I actually
chat.
did load the stream up.
Chat, you got 6 minutes.
The 6 minutes. Yeah, I must explain that actually we're doing this a little bit earlier today than normal.
Yes, why, Pete? Why are we doing this a little bit earlier today than normal?
Oh, gee, I wonder why you're calling me out on this one, Kylie. Because, you know, I want to watch the football.
Yep. So, audience, that's why. Because Pete wants to watch the football.
There isn't many opportunities where Crystal Palace actually play on TV, so I take the chance.
See, I hear
And
Crystal...
there have been numerous occasions where I have missed live games because we've been recording.
It's
so.
true.
Yeah.
I hear Crystal Palace and I think of like empresses and ivory towers and unicorns and star horses, which is a Destiny reference. And then I find out it's football. Why do they call it Crystal Palace?
Because there's an old running track, or an old athletics track that was called the Crystal Palace because it was made mostly out of glass when it was made.
See, that would be so cool.
Yeah,
it
so
still
we were
exist?
based on that. Kind of. The football team were apparently looking into possibly going back there at some point, but I think they decided to stick around with where they are at the moment in Selhurst.
Right.
Which makes no sense because it's not in Crystal Palace, but we're still called Crystal Palace.
There's so much I want to see over there. In y'all's direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brent said, Bueno, busy with his mum right now.
Ah,
so
well, that's
fair
understandable.
enough, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hopefully
is
everything's okay.
definitely understandable.
Yeah.
And I...
Oh, did you...
Mhm.
Oh, go on.
No, I was just
That's
gonna
fine.
make an apology to our audience that I look like I've been weeping. I haven't. It's allergies. They're so bad the last 2 days. I think
Are you sure about that?
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm
I
joking.
hate that.
No, it's fine. I'm taking the mick anyway. It's fine.
I think it's because I've been decorating for Christmas and shifting things around and doing a spring cleaning, trying to get rid of crap. I'm not minimalist in what you see when you walk into my house, but I'm not the type of person who keeps stuff in the attic or stuff in the garage storage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Except for my Christmas decorations. But...
Oh, my God. We've got drama in our polls.
Oh, a little bit
Whoa,
of...
what happened there?
Day 2 has ended in a stalemate.
Woo! We have a
Wow.
runoff.
Deathloop and Lawnmower Simulator ended on 36%.
I love it.
Oh, that is so good.
That's great.
Mhm.
We'll have to do a re thing.
I'm gonna
between
have to
those two.
redo that one with just those two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm hoping this
Actually,
evening.
I might have an idea for it because it was originally going to go to a final day with only 3 games, so it could be that those two makes up the 4th one.
Oh.
Because
right.
you can only put 4 on a poll on Twitter for some strange reason,
Right. Okay.
which I didn't understand. Because I was hoping to just go, yeah, let's put all 10 games on here, let's just vote on it and leave it for 5 days. Nope.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks, Twitter, for making my job more awkward.
Oh, dear, dear.
I suppose that's Twitter for you. It just makes everything awkward.
Oh, my gosh. Twitter is me.
Is it?
Is it?
Oh, yeah, because you're awkward. Yeah,
Yeah, I make everything awkward.
That is very, very true. I forget that.
Let's see if I freeze our stream by accident. Let's find out.
Okie dokie, right.
Nope.
I've got a list open of the winners and the announcements, so we can go through all those.
Goody.
And we're going to generally just talk about it. So
yeah,
just talk about.
Cool.
I mean, I'll ask this more on the show, obviously, but who actually watched the full thing, or did everyone just watch TLDR?
Mostly.
No, I watched the full thing. I still have to make sure I could watch it.
Good. So did I, and it was painful.
Yeah.
I just don't have the attention span.
Neither did I. That's why I put it on in the background whilst I was working.
Oh my gosh.
Because then I could ignore it when I wanted to.
But we will talk more about that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
God, I wish
I just wanted to see if everyone had done their preparation. As per usual, Kylie has failed on the after-school assignment.
I didn't. No, I understood the assignment. I just refused to do it.
Yeah. That sounds like you.
Hey,
that was
you get an
actually
A for
me.
honesty, an F for effort.
That was actually me in school. I was like in these classes, which America calls gifted and talented. That's just your really, really smart kids. Which is dumb. They separate us and put us in our own little world.
What, you mean like the Crow kids from Malcolm in the Middle?
Yes, it's literally that. Yeah. Yes. I won't go into any more detail. Yes. So,
Special.
yes, we were very special. But to be fair, we did get to do some really cool stuff that the other students didn't get to do. But my point being...
Like blowing up certain sections of the school?
Sure.
With chemicals?
Yeah. I knew exactly where you're going with that. But, no, we got to meet, like, government officials and do all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My point
what?
being...
So you met the horrible man known as Ted Cruz?
Oh,
excellent.
Frick, no. I would have. No. Thankfully, I don't think he got in until
I
next
know.
year. But anyway, my point being for all this rambling story is I, on paper, had the highest IQ in my entire school. I didn't do one assignment. All I would do is just...
the painful struggle of a smart person.
I know. That's such a you thing to do.
I would just come in and I would like do the tests and make 100s on all the tests. My teachers would just shake their heads and they're like, "Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to." What?
It's not like everyone had to work hard during school to get what they got.
Oh, my friends were pissed because they would come over to my house to study and I would play video games while they're studying. And then we'd take the test and I'd make 100. But I could hear them, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, well, shame was my life that I had to come home from school after a long day of school and do my homework almost immediately.
Sometimes I didn't even go to school. I would just walk off the campus in the middle of the day because we had like a Walmart right across the road. And one time I did that and one of my favorite teachers was in there. And he was like, I'm just going to say it, McLeod, what the hell are you doing here? It's like, buying comic books.
Oh my God.
He's like, get your ass back on that campus.
It's just like, what is a rule book?
Yeah, all right.
Rules didn't apply to me. What?
Hey, howdy, Sencho.
Hey, Sencho.
You've just stumbled into a story of Kylie bunking off school.
Yeah, I was a terrible student, and it's a wonder I've made it this far. Like, the other day I saw on Twitter, someone said, are billionaires lucky or just hard workers? And
both.
Clearly.
I think, like, I'm not a billionaire, first of all. Don't misunderstand me.
Close enough.
No, not yet. Oh, but one day, and then I'm going to save the world. Anyway.
I'm going to rule the world.
No, I'm going to save the world, not rule it.
Same thing, right?
But yeah, what is it, benevolent dictator? No, but I started thinking about, like, I was very, very poverty stricken kid. You know, I think I've talked about that. I come from a very, 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 very deprived area. Very. And now I live a pretty nice life. And I did have to...
In your country estate.
Shut up. So,
It changes every time, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I didn't put the work in as a student, but I put the physical work in my business, and then it was successful. But I didn't have any luck. Like, a lot of the billionaires, they're born with silver spoons in their mouth, as they say. That wonderful saying. And so they kind of... What is it? Born on third base and think they hit a home run? There's a saying that goes like that.
That's not a home run, not a proper one anyway.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, exactly.
That's just a bunt.
Yeah, and but
look, I know my baseball terms, okay?
God, I miss baseball.
But
it did make me think that. Oh gosh. So Joe says that's nice life in Kiley's castle spelled
with a K, yeah.
Of course.
I did embarrassingly post a picture of my living room, half of my living room, because I couldn't get the whole thing in yesterday on Twitter.
Show off.
It's not. That's the problem. That's why I never post anything about my home life, because it's like people are gonna think I'm showing off.
No, it was the fact that you said that. It was like, oh, I took a picture of my front room. Well, actually, half, because I couldn't fit the whole thing in. All right.
I was being like logical there.
Hey, Brent says, okay, I have a minute to chat.
Yay!
Excellent. Good to see you.
Nice.
Good to see you.
Yeah. But chat, let us know how you are so we don't have to keep talking about my terrible exploits as a terrible student.
Yeah, with your grade 1 listed building as national heritage.
Oh God, Pete just escalates it every time.
Yeah.
By the time y'all get to visit, you're gonna be like, oh, I thought it was.
Oh, what? It's like a 2-bedroom flat. Wow.
Oh gosh. I did have a friend walk in and she said, Kylie, your entrance is as big as my entire flat. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even get my whole living room in a picture, not even with wide angle. Jeez. Brent put, not good, but don't want to talk about it. Okay, mate.
That's okay.
Fine. We can be a healthy distraction for you.
We're here for a distraction. You can laugh at me. Point and laugh. That's what I'm for. But yeah. No,
yeah, we've basically established that Kylie lives in a manor home, which we already knew about, and she coasted through school on her good looks and smarts.
No, definitely was not good looks back then. I talk about ugly duckling.
Okay, fine. Shall we just say then female? That's it.
Nope. That was East Texas. Females don't have any leverage in East Texas.
Sorry, wait.
Because of course.
Oh, you're baiting.
There you go.
Don't bait on camera, Pete. It'll get us canceled.
Oops.
That was appallingly bad, that one.
I love delayed reaction. It cracks me up so much.
No, it was the fact that obviously, like, during school, so coming back to school, we had to write a massive essay on Psycho, which is the film that got me into talking about films.
I loved writing essays.
Yeah, so I wrote an essay on that, and obviously, when it comes to a certain section, everyone, like, you hear that he is a master.
Oh,
obviously.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So I had to make mention of that in my essay, because it's, pretty logical.
Mm-hmm.
I would have done that.
Obviously, that whole essay got me an A star, so,
Was your teacher male? Did he high-five you?
Female.
Oh, even better. Wow.
Yeah. She was the one who pointed it out in the first place.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I thought as well. I was like, cool. After being depraved, excellent, and it's getting me grades.
It's so funny though. Like, before we'll give chat a little while, and we'll laugh
3 minutes
for a little bit more. But like I'm now, because I'm old lady now. My friends and my friends in school are now my friends on Facebook, and it's so funny to watch these people who were so. I guess you would call them anal, and I don't mean that as a joke, but just very
anally retentive.
Yeah. They would they would get so mad at me why aren't you studying? We're sitting here studying and blah, blah. And they're like, just normal people, like, just chilling with their
So basically,
lives.
what you're saying in this situation is your friends were Frank Grimes, you are Homer Simpson.
Oh my gosh, Pete! I think that's incredible. Oh, I feel terrible. That's incredibly accurate, but I feel terrible about that.
For once, my references have worked out.
Oh my gosh, my poor friends! I need to send them all gift baskets, but that would be rude too.
Please don't send them over to saying, "Hey, Grimy."
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I'm just the worst. So chat is saying, Brent says, or Bueno as we call him, I always got bad grades on my writing from my teachers, but won the state writing assessment every year. See,
Very good.
Because grades don't mean anything. Teachers, I got in a fight with one of my teachers. We'll talk about that in a second. So, Centro says, so I heard that Bungie joined the list of companies nobody should work at in the industry. Well,
what?
Yeah, I've heard briefly made mention, but I kind of think that someone's trying to do a takedown because I think Bungie's, they know, they've been in the business a long time.
Yeah, 30 years this year.
That's true.
But also, Activision are like one of the longest serving companies of all time, and look what kind of mess happened there.
Yeah. Which we will probably do a separate show.
We kind of have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brent says, I fought with my first year advisor in college. Well, okay, I'm going to tell this story because, you know, makes me look like a wonderful person. So,
really?
I was in what's called an AP class, which is advanced placement, which is, it gives you college credit, or university credit.
I've heard about that before, actually.
Yeah. It's like you take it in your last year of high school and it gives you university credit for the next year. And we did a poem. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna probably get people just so mad at me, but there is a poet called Langston Hughes who was an amazing 1920s era poet. And if you know anything about poetry, yeah. But he did this one poem. I was young and dumb. I don't know that my opinion would change. But anyway, and it just sounded so negative, and he was so angry. Now, I get why now. But poor white kid. You mean
the cynicism of life?
Yeah, it, absolutely. I mean, he was like in his 30s at the time, and cynicism had just got to him for very valid reasons. But poor kid, poor white trash kid in East Texas. I'm not going to know anything about that. So my teacher, who was just a very effusive and just, adored her. And everyone loved her, by the way. She was like the prime teacher, like everybody's favorite. I just couldn't get along with her. Anyway, I wrote an essay talking about her.
Yeah, I wonder why. Clash of personalities, possibly?
Yeah. I wrote an essay talking about how it was banal and cynical, and she jumped up from her desk and said, what is wrong with you? I was just like...
I was checking something out before we came on here, and I've just read something about it, and I've gone, oh my goodness.
All right, well, you do your
drama. That is some drama.
You do your thing.
No, carry on.
No, it's fine. No. It's fine. Go ahead. Whatever you want to do.
No, it's because I don't want to give it away, because it's to do with the Formula 1 that's happening right now, so I'm not going to tell everything.
Right. Okay. Well,
we have some fans.
Chat says,
and I know Brent is a fan of motor racing, so he might have been wanting to know.
I think Nana is too.
Yeah.
Chat says,
so that's exactly the reason why I'm not giving it away.
Chat says she wanted me to retake her first year bio class because it never showed up to class and attendance was a significant percentage of the grade. Yes. Even though I aced the test, including the impossible bonus questions. Yep. Ditto.
Oh, what, those impossible bonus questions that are cut off by the printer?
See, no. I have more stories, but they're just boring. Cincho says, I fought with my philosophy teacher after a test because she literally said there are no wrong answers. And I got what would be an F in the U.S. Even had to go to the dean with my parents afterwards. Hell yeah, I'd challenge that. If you said there's no wrong answers and then she gives you an F, I would absolutely use that argument against her.
Okay, by the way, we're now free for free. Every single one of us has sworn on a Sunday show now.
There you go. Gonna be one of those. All right, Brent.
We've got about before recording. It's fine.
Brent,
as much as I love blogging, As much as I love blogging, though, I fucking hated essay writing. Okay,
Ah!
that's twice. That's twice for me now. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
This is what happens when you encourage people to swear on stream, Carly.
I know.
Well, I hated essay writing because I could never get like above a C. I don't know why.
Well, see, they told. Well, see, haha.
I
They told
was going to say, are you
first...
sure she just wasn't speaking Spanish to you the whole time?
Oh goodness. First of all, Brent.
Oh, that was awful. I'm sorry.
It was
I apologize
terrible.
for that. That was so bad.
Brent, you do what you need to do. We're still here.
Take care.
If you do want to come back.
Yeah, take care of yourself. We're here if you need us. If you want some light entertainment for a bit to take your mind off things.
But Nana, yeah. See, they gave us a formula, like way back when, which was, intro paragraph, where you list your 3 reasons for whatever the essay's about, and then 1, 2, 3 one paragraph per each reason, and then a conclusion that combines all of those. I just followed that formula from 3rd grade up to university. I never went off that formula, and it usually got me a pass, even if I just totally winged it. I was just like, but as long as there's a pattern or a formula,
it makes sense. You know, it's basically how obviously scientists come up with thesis. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's a scientist though, so that makes no sense.
Scientific.
Yeah, but
method.
it is the basis of how they put together like how they would come up with their conclusions. Basically, they set out the goal for what they're trying to achieve, then the testing, and then the underlie. Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can understand that.
Do you want to keep entertaining, or do we want to go to... Not, we are live, but... start the show.
Okay, keep talking for a minute, because I'm basically just going to use this as a contest. So.
Yeah.
So we'll all get onto this discussion at some point, so...
I do want to say to our lovely audience to not ever take anything I do as an example, or be a role model. I do things differently. I'm built different. And so don't go, oh, Kylie doesn't obey rules, I'll do the same. I
you
don't
are
like that.
Not a role model.
No, not at all.
And neither am I.
Oh my gosh.
You definitely should not absolutely refuse to not do things and get away with it like I did.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Definitely don't do that.
No, there were things in primary school where we were supposed to do certain things, and it was something I didn't enjoy, and being the stubborn person that I am, just blank well refused to do it.
Oh,
they even tried to call my parents in, and they went, good luck with that.
Yeah, but I mean, that, like, some stuff, that's just how you have to be. If you're not going to do it, you're going to do it. Joe says, damn it, Kylie, I'm in giant department now. Just bought a castle.
I think he meant jet, to be fair.
Oh.
I think he means jet. Well, he has wrote dept, like DPT, like department, short for department, so.
Yeah, don't be a role model. Don't buy a castle in Ireland.
Don't have a property that has 3 courtyards.
Oh gosh. Well, 1 courtyard, 2 courtyards, and 1 front garden. But anyway, I'm not a role model. Don't ever be. But see, here's the thing. I actually think about this kind of stuff. I think because I didn't have parents growing up, and I didn't, like, you know, I think I just transferred that into life. Like, you know.
Yeah, you definitely took that kind of energy into everything you did, really. I
do sometimes wonder, like, but see, this is what's crazy. I respond really well to certain authorities. So if some dude came around and was like, you can't dress that way, you can't do this, you can't do... I'd be like...
Nah.
But, I don't know. I just think it's a very, like, fun exploration into... how your childhood influences your adulthood and your choices in life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy I ended up in Ireland with the manor house and my own business. So.
See, even now she's accepting it's a manor house.
I mean, it is one, but I don't know.
Okay. Right. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I actually thought you were already doing that, Pete. That's why I've been rambling. I just kept rambling so he'd get the sound test. I'm going to have to cough.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's these allergies. They're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But, yes. I wish I could have had philosophy in school. Texas wasn't big on philosophy. It's still not. Unless you're really talking about the philosophy of Republican Jesus.
Republican Jesus?
Yeah, you haven't heard of that before? It's because the evangelical Jesus is very, 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 very different than the biblical Jesus. So they call him Republican Jesus. He's all about owning guns.
I can imagine.
Yeah, he's all about owning guns, not giving to the poor. Oh my gosh. So everyone knows I've talked very openly about how I'm kind of going through a tough time right now. I have a sister in hospice and you know, that sort of thing. So I was talking to someone from here. Now, she's of a different faith. Well, not different faith. I don't know how it works. But
okay, what faith is she?
Well, she's Catholic. So, I mean, she's still Christian, but Catholic as opposed to evangelical. Yeah.
Yeah, different.
And
it's kind of like the same as Protestant and Catholic over here.
Right, which is weird to me because I don't see any difference. But again, just naive.
There's quite a few big differences in the fact that
I know
doesn't allow for birth control or anything like that.
Well, I know, like, being in Northern Ireland, it's like a big deal. And then people ask me, and I'm like, well, my father's side's Catholic, my mother's side's evangelical. And they're like, oh, you're mixed. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. But anyway, I'm like, I'm mixed? Okay. But anyway, my point being, and she was like, you know, how are things, you know, with your family and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, well, they've made it very clear they don't really want to have contact with me because they've gotten super religious over the last decade. And she stopped me and she goes, wait, they've gotten super religious, but they've cut contact with you. I was like, yeah. She goes, no. If you're super religious, you become more charitable. It's all about charity. And, you know, she's very passionate about her own beliefs. And I started laughing. I was like, oh, you haven't met Republican Jesus. And she was like, what? And I was like, it's the opposite. You don't have any charity in your heart when you believe in evangelical Jesus. And she was just like, I was like, oh no, it's very selfish. Yeah.
So am I right in thinking that when it comes to Republican Jesus, like it's him on the cross with a gun in his hands?
Yes. Excellent. Oh yes, yeah. First of all, you wouldn't see a picture of Jesus on the cross in an evangelical's house because that's of the devil.
Yeah.
Because Jesus isn't on the cross any longer, so it's like, okay.
Brilliant.
Okay, so iconography, not a thing in evangelical households. Unless you have that picture of Ewan McGregor as General Kenobi.
Oh my god.
Yes! That is actually...
every time I think of Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, I just remember the meme of...
Hello there. Yes.
Hello there, yes.
General Kenobi.
Yeah,
so anyway,
Sencho's put a couple of interesting comments here.
Philosophy, which is
it was my most hated class along with French, which I eventually dropped out of. It was just such a cringe fest because of 15-year-olds trying to sound deep.
Oh man, that would have been. I would have been.
Look, any 15-year-old trying to sound deep always sounds like an absolute moron. So
I don't know. Yeah. I was pretty deep at 15.
Moron.
Well, yeah, but you're you. You're you. There's a difference between you and a lot of other people.
Okay, Dana, you put it in the more diplomatic way than I did, for sure.
Cincho says Republican Jesus, the next villain in Call of Duty or Far Cry. You know,
didn't they already do that with Far Cry 5?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Cincho, you hit the nail on the head, right?
Oh,
hey, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie!
Literally walks in when we're talking about Republican Jesus.
The funny thing is, like, call me Kevin. Shout out.
Oh, what a surprise.
He does this stream where he puts the Chaos mod on GTA 5. Yep. Almost said GTA 6. And there is a little Chaos mod called Griefer Jesus. And it's like a hippie-looking Jesus. Goodness. And he just is determined to kill you. He's just like... Excellent. He follows you along and he just tries to shoot at you and stuff like that. So
sounds like a great game.
Yeah, it is a great game. It's fun to watch anyway. Sophie said, it's been a while since I've been able to join, but glad I could make it this one. Oh, I'm so glad too. I mean, it's been such a long time since we've had, all of our chat together. Yeah. We've got to start doing Fridays again.
Look, we're at that part of the year where people are just like really busy.
I know, it's true. And Cincho says, Pete's right. I guess they did. What was it? What were you right about?
Morons.
Right.
15-year-olds trying to sound deeper morons.
So we were talking about school exploits. So
yeah. I mean, because I stand by my point that they are foolish because they think they're smart, but they're really not smart because they don't have life experience.
I had to tell my teachers a couple of times when they were wrong, especially my biology teacher. I was like...
That's just a you thing.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Is that a joke anyone's gonna get? No. Okay.
No, I get what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. It just like Christ.
Yes. You know what's funny?
I haven't had to think about that since
what's funny
biology in year 9.
What's funny is in 7th grade, which would be about 13, age 13. I would not bring my books to school. I'd lose them all the time, and you have to pay for them and stuff like that. And my biology teacher, he was cool. I'm pretty sure he was autistic too. And we were sitting in class, and he was like, "Everybody, get your books out." Obviously, I couldn't because I'd lost mine for the millionth time. And he asked a series of questions, and I kept answering them. And then he goes, "Kylie, would you see me outside, please?" And I was like, I was like, do. I walked out there, and he's like, Kylie, I don't know what to do with you. You've lost your book again for the 4th time, and yet you just sat here and answered all of the questions correctly. You were the only one. What can I do with you? And I was like, I don't know. I'm 13. And he was just like, all right, I guess just go back to class. I guess.
Just sit in the corner and read comic books.
Exactly. You're never going to learn, and you know the stuff, so...
Yeah. Okay, so we've had a couple more comments. We'll do these and then we'll get on.
Gosh.
I think this is aimed at Sophie. You missed out on Kylie's castle. Got to go through to catch the VOD for that one.
Oh, no.
Living rooms as far as the eye can see.
No. Oh, gosh.
And Brent has followed in by saying mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
That's right. I love that became a meme. I really do. Because there is this book, I kid you not. There's a series of books by Madeleine L'Engle. It's French. I'm not going to be able to say her name right. Anyway.
I don't think even French people can.
I'm sure they can. But she wrote a series of books called A Wrinkle in Time, and then I don't remember the other ones called, Many Waters, whatever. It was my favorite books as a kid. The second one in the series, which is through a something door. But anyway, I can't remember. But it's all about shrinking down and becoming friends with mitochondria. And
it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
But it's not funny. It's really deep and scientific and philosophical.
That's because it doesn't have Rick Moranis in it.
Oh my gosh. And then Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, you have a profound point that is never ever going to be. That's going to get lost on me immediately.
That's right. The original one's about a Tesseract, and I love all that stuff. And now it's all mainstream.
Why are you talking about the Avengers now?
That's the thing. I was into it before it was cool. I was into science before it was cool, and now it's
was science ever cool?
Science is always cool for reals.
No.
God, I love science. I really do. Science and philosophy. But do we want to go 3 more minutes and let our chat wander in?
We can do, yeah, let's do it.
Did we post?
We did start early.
Yeah. Did we post in Discord? Because I can't check. Obviously.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And Nana preempted by saying that he did the Twitter. So, yeah.
Yay.
He's usually more prepared than even Kieran usually is.
No, Kieran's very well prepared.
I know, but he was like, before we've even gone live, I'm tweeting this out. So, yeah. Can always rely on Dan to be a bit ahead of the game. It's always good to know.
Look what I did. Okay, so the story behind this, I think Nana might appreciate it.
Bit closer, please, because I can't see the colour.
Oh, no, the story behind this is... Well, one, I got bored halfway through. Sorry, that's just me. But the reason why I did green is because I did a, just for me, casual cosplay of Jolene from Stone Ocean. I might post it later. I might. But I tried to watch Stone Ocean. I really did. And Nana, I don't know if you watched it yet.
Oh, because I'm still on. I've just finished part 2.
Okay, I made it through 3 episodes. I just can't make it through. And I feel so bad. I feel like my nerd cred is going to be taken from me. But they look so cool. Like, the art and everything is amazing. But I just couldn't do it. Because there is a part where she goes inside a dead mouse. And I just was like...
She goes inside That sounds like the exact kind of Japanese insanity that's just in... That would just be in that sort of thing.
I mean,
it is a small part of a larger thing, and I'm just like...
Yeah. Are you sure you're talking about anime at this point and not hentai?
It might have some crossover, if you think about it.
Things like that happen in regular
I'm totally aware of that.
Especially
I'm fully
JoJo.
aware. Look, I've watched an anime that was about butt wrestling. I know it exists. Yes.
Did the two cheeks...
That's all I'm saying on this.
Did the two cheeks come alive and like... what?
No, but no, they're only allowed to tackle each other with their asses.
Man, if I ever...
It's so odd. It's very odd.
If I ever get in a relationship, ever, I'm going to call it butt wrestling.
Oh my god. Oh my god. There aren't many things that you say that shock me now, but that one was probably one of them.
Oh, challenge accepted. Jeff says, I wish science was more popular, especially these days. I agree. I don't know what's happened, because like science is cool, man.
I'm going to disagree, actually, on this one. I think science is a bit more cool now than it ever has been because of Breaking Bad.
Oh, gosh.
That's a
science,
good point.
Biatch.
Exactly. Everyone says, yeah, science, bitch.
Yeah, Brent. Right. And then I bet, oh god, but anyway, Brent says, I've dissected everything, and it's called dissected, not dissected. Dissected means cut in half. Dissected is the proper word.
Yeah.
Everything from a few frogs, a pig, and a cadaver, so it doesn't bother me. We had to dissect a cat, and me, the one who is not grossed out or bothered by anything, a cat in a sheep's brain, I said I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was weird because I didn't think I had that in me. I'm very scientific, objective, robotic, and I was like...
But it's a cat.
It's a cat. And he was like, but don't worry, Kylie, these are ethically caught. These are animals who are... at the end of their life, blah, blah, blah. I'm very strict about it. I was like, I know, but it's... These are
ethically caught and rounded up off the streets.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did make it sound like that, but he said these are, animals at the end of their life, and I was just like, I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
These poor cats were donated to the street by their once owners and then rounded up and experimented on.
Oh, that's so sad.
Revenge. There you go. I've managed to make you a bit grossed out.
Well, it wasn't gross. It was more sad. They've donated their pets to the street.
No, not the poor cats. I like cats. That's why.
I just like animals, and I know that I still have my own hypocrisies. We're all humans. We all have hypocrisy. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. But
I resent that. I am not a hypocrite, and I've never once ever said anything hypocritical. I'm sure you could go back through 103 previous episodes and find out I've said something hypocritical, which is why I said that.
But it's like I get, like, cadaver science, that is a thing. Like, Leonardo da Vinci was making illustrations of, of like pregnant women who had died, and he cut the, and that's how science is forwarded. But I don't know that you should do it when you're like 16 and 17 and it's a kitty cat.
Let's be honest here. There is a moral issue when it comes to anything science related anyway.
See, exactly.
Which is the whole purpose and the whole basis of the storyline of BioShock.
This is true. Ooh, I want to talk about
Pulling
BioShock.
it back to video games.
Yes. Brent says, I was told one of my frogs were bred for it with no females, but mine was pregnant. Oh, see, that would have...
Oh, wow.
Now, when you say pregnant, I mean, frogs do several things. You're talking about the egg sac. You found the egg sac, is what you found.
Don't make me say the Jim Carrey line.
What is it? Wait till he sees my egg
what's
sac.
in my egg sac.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. Sonic 2.
Yes, we will. Because I keep trying to draw this back to video games and somehow.
Oh my gosh. Cincho says that's effed up. And Brent says, I think I was around 9 when I had my first dissection. I was 12. So 9's pretty early. 12's when we did the sheep's brain.
I don't know if we did things like that over here. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm sure it's some kind of weird industry here. Everything we do
must be an American thing.
Yeah, based on some capitalistic industry.
Yeah.
I dissected a sheep's heart, but that's about it.
Right?
Okay. I mean, we might have done hearts and stuff like that. I think, actually, you're correct. I think we did do a sheep's heart of some sort.
Yeah, see, Brent said, I cut the abdominal cavity open and eggs went everywhere. Yep. I mean, I'm sure they weren't fertilized, but still. I mean, they wouldn't be fertilized, but still, that would be so disturbing. Yeah. That's like when you open an egg, like, to fry, and it's got the red placenta thing in there, and it's like, weird, right? Like, I know it's not fertilized, but it's still so bothersome.
I'm sure you would probably know this. I actually heard a really interesting trick with eggs, that apparently you could get the yolk in the dead center of a fried egg by shaking it first.
Well... I mean, maybe, but all you have to do to get that is to do, like, separation, egg separation. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, separating the white from the yolk.
Yeah, and then pour the white in, and you can pour it in one of the circular metal things, and then you pour just carefully put the thing on top.
But that's what I mean, without doing all of that, because that's, like, extra steps. Apparently,
like
a chef that I've seen just shakes it and then cracks it is in there every single time.
I'll try that, but I feel like that would make scrambled eggs.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, and it was like, no, it came out perfect, apparently, which is really weird.
Yeah, see, Cincho, this is what I'm 100% agreeing with you on. Cutting open dead things is disturbing to begin with to me. Like, why would you have kids do that? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm very, like I said, I'm very objective, I'm very scientific. Yeah. That's a life, man.
Oh, I know. I was going to say, in most normal societies, that's how you create a Ted Bundy.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Jeffrey Dahmer.
I wasn't joking on this one. I just bloody said it because it's true.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer would kill and dissect animals for fun.
Well, that I was going to say, this is the basis for most serial killers, is that they start out by killing animals.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Wow, this got dark quick, didn't it?
Well, not dark. Just don't do that in school. No. But anyway,
let's get on with the show, shall we?
Yeah, we should. Yeah,
because even though I wanted to start early, it's 3:15.
I mean, Kylie went on rambles about school, and
I had technical issues to start with. I
haven't actually talked to another human. I talked to one human this week.
I wonder who that was.
It was a lady.
Because it wasn't me.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a lady dropping off.
I know, because we were supposed to do a planning meeting. Oh wait, I did speak to you on Friday briefly.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a client over, which is always fun, and I mean that literally. Like, that is actually fun.
Yeah.
But she talked a lot about, like.
Of course.
Like. The optometrist, and like when she does her hair, how many rollers she puts in it, like she counts them. And it was just like, oh, wow. You know, like, I didn't want to be rude, but oh my gosh. I was just like, oh. But anyway, so, yes, I'm talking you guys' ears off because I need to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want me? Do you want to read these last couple of comments and then I'll count you in for the shoe?
Cincho says, we don't do that at all in Germany. You do that at university studying medicine, maybe, but definitely not before that. See, I agree. That's how I think it should be. Brent says, I guess it was my upbringing. My uncle would buy live pigs on Thursday and we had a barbecue by Saturday. Like, I know that's how it's, like, I know that's how it's done. My own dad, he was a hunter and he killed a boar and hung it up in the tree, and I had to, I know that's how it's done, but it's like I don't want to see how the sausage is made. And
I bet the tastes absolutely amazing.
Joe says, so crazy how he went from castles to fucking Jesus, and then ended up at school dissecting animals.
Yeah,
that's Rapid Reviews podcast for you.
No, did you read the part at the end where he said that's a banger clickbait headline?
That's pretty good.
Of course.
You should make a tweet right now. Just
you know what? Even though it has absolutely nothing to do with the episode, it's just the pre-show. I might just have it from
just copy
Castles to Republican Jesus.
Jesus.
This is bad. This is what happens when I don't talk to humans.
And this is why this is further proof on camera, by the way, and audio, why we should have a midweek planning meeting.
Well, and it's also why we really need Kieran. He keeps me on track.
Of course.
Also, maybe why we need Fridays back as well.
And because this is all this nonsense is what I usually save up for Fridays.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
all right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So I'll count you in.
All right.
Wait, we're on episode 105, right?
104.
104. Okay. In all fairness, even I had to check before I put the document together.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so episode 104, just so you know.
Yes.
Say it in your head multiple times.
No.
We are going to start the show in 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 104. I am your co-host, Kylie Wild, and I am joined today by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett, and our surprise guest, Nana. So, we got a show today that is about the Game Awards. But before we get into that, I am going to check in with everyone. Nana, how has your week been?
It's been, I would say, decent, but also very tiring, honestly. It's mostly just consisted of uni work, but I have been finding time to play like Dirt 4 as well. So that's been fun.
That's very fun. Ow, I hit my knee. So this is your last week, I believe, in
Yeah.
So that's always rough.
Yeah.
So what kind of assignments have you got to do for your last week?
Basically, I've been animating alongside like my co-teammate, I guess, for this big uni assignment project that's like due in January. But it's basically all been done now, so hopefully this week I can just get the fine tuning done and just rest. Hopefully.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
That's good. I think I did see a tweet from you saying that you finally conquered fire.
Oh, cool! I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool.
Look, elemental effects are, from what I hear, are very, very difficult to be able to pull off, which is why people can't get water correct.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that makes me think. Anyway, I'll jump to that. I was gonna be talking about BioShock, but we'll talk about that later. What I want to do as a side note is, for our listeners, if you want to check out the VOD later on at www.twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews, we actually have a wonderful preamble about university and school experiences. And it's probably longer than the actual show, so more content for you. But Pete, how about you?
I didn't think you were going to ask me for some strange reason there.
I have always asked you. Thank you very much.
No, it was the way that you asked Nana, and then you sort of plugged the VOD, and then I thought you were just going to slap straight into it.
I'm weaving everything together constantly in my head.
Okay. Yeah, I am doing mostly okay this week. Another week of being a Series X owner is great.
Oh, yes. We mustn't. We mustn't let that go.
Well, playing Halo on it is an absolute dream. So you know.
Yes.
But I'm currently I'm so glad I got to get hold of it before the Game of the Year stuff, so I can actually experience all the goodness of the
definitely
120 frames, like true 4K stuff like that. So I'm planning on going back to Psychonauts this week, so I can finish up playing a bit of that before Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
But also we're running polls at the moment to determine the last game, and I still need to play whatever gets the result there if I can, so long as it's not a PS5 game.
And Pete, let us know where those polls can be found. I know we're going to repeat it later, but let's just go ahead.
You can find those polls currently on Twitter at the moment. Days 1 and 2 have ended, but day 3 is currently live. When you're hearing this, there will be a day 4 as well. And that is at twitter.com/RRRadiopod.
Excellent. Go vote.
Yes, make your voice heard to pick our 16th game to go into the bracket.
Because it is, what is it, next week, our Game of the Year episode? Yeah. It's going to be a mega episode.
I know, this has been 4 weeks worth of planning for me, having to go back and play all these games.
I think you've done more planning for Game of the Year than we did for the 100th episode.
Yes.
I really do.
Admittedly, yes, I did.
It's because it's one of our biggest episodes every year.
It's funny though, because I was talking to Rachel about it. She was like, maybe we could meet up next weekend. I went, no. I was like, sorry, no. Possibly a 4-hour show being recorded. I have got no time. Sorry.
Oh dear. Yeah. So that sort of doesn't at all lead us into today's episode.
Excellent segueing there.
Yeah. It's kind of limping along. A scooter instead of a Segway.
Battery ran out.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, now I really want a Segway. Anyway, or one of those electric scooters that you have like with the remote. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh yes, Game Awards. This episode is about the Game Awards, which was, what was it, aired last week?
Thursday? It was this week. It was, for us over in the UK, it was about 1 a.m. on Friday morning.
No, thank you. I was awake.
It was a long show.
I'm always awake at 1 a.m. I just could not watch it.
I was awake, but sort of wanting to sleep, so I didn't even put it on. I probably should have done, because probably would have put me to sleep.
Yeah. I did not.
Sorry, I've given my cards away already. What did I think of the Game Awards?
But I also, I was awake, because I'm always awake till about 3 a.m. But I just couldn't bring myself to click over to it. I just couldn't. But I did.
I know, you didn't even watch the thing afterwards. You were just like, no.
No. And the reasons why will become abundantly clear. Nana, what about you? Did you watch it live?
Yeah, I did watch it. I actually slept a little bit before to make sure I could watch it.
Very good.
Wow.
At least one of us did.
Look, I nearly, and I was quite close to doing it, was quite close to talking to my boss on the Thursday and saying, do you mind if I start my shift at 1 a.m. on Friday so I could watch the Game Awards, do a couple of hours, and then come in the afternoon?
Yeah.
But I decided against it because I was like, I don't know if I want to be staying up till that time to watch this mess.
I do want to do just a very brief aside to our audience. We might freeze here in a bit because my computer is acting squirrely. Just did a weird thing. But if you're in the comment section, not comment, chat.
In the chat, yeah.
Let us know how sound levels are, because I'm getting some weird readings right now. But Brent says, noobs. I watched the whole thing, including the pre-show. Yet me.
Look, wait, I'm going to call umbrage onto that. You live in America. It was at a decent time for you.
That's true. What time was it in America? Did it
like 7ish?
Oh, so like normal time.
Yes.
There you go.
Right, okay. So we're going to start. We've got a lot to talk about, but we are going to try and keep it brief because Pete wants to watch football. So...
Well, I think that one was long past, to be honest. So.
I don't even know what time it is because my computer is completely locked up. So
it doesn't matter because we're on an audio recording, so it'll make no reference point to any one of the listeners who cares about that sort of thing. So let's move on.
No, I meant for more like me and your knowledge.
Okay. Fine. Do you want me to talk about some of the stuff that happened here? Because I have a list of everything.
I definitely want to do that, but I kind of wanted to get just a sentence or two of your initial impressions.
Yeah. Nana, do you want to go on that one first?
Yeah, sure. I kind of felt like it was better in some places, like from what I remember last year, but also worse in a lot of other places, honestly. Like the reveals for me, most of the games outside of Sonic kind of just blurred together personally.
I agree with that. Pete, what about you? Just a sentence or two, and then you can go on to the schedule.
This is Geoff Keighley's Winter E3 show.
It's a lot of people. We're comparing it to E3.
I know. I'm so original.
No, that's not what I meant. But
No, I'm joking. I do mirror most of the statements there because it was reveal after reveal after reveal after reveal, then an award, then a reveal, reveal. Yeah, it was all over the place. It's not really an award show to me.
Before we went
Kylie,
live,
what about you?
My gosh.
From what you read about.
I did watch a couple of trailers, but I have such a short attention span. I know that comes as a complete surprise to everyone, our listeners and our viewers, but I just couldn't, and I can't. I'm gonna just say it out loud. I don't care for Geoff Keighley. I think he is a very, very fake, because he's a showman, but it's not authentic, and I have a real problem watching people who are inauthentic. It jars me very weirdly. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he just oozes like pretension and fakeness and facade
Why do you think I called that episode where we talked about the nominations Geoff Keighley and the Game Awards nominations? Because it is all down to the money with him, and it's not about the. It might be about the craft. Pete, he obviously does care about games enough to put something on, but
he does. But Pete, are we going to talk about is it going to come up with?
We're going to bring something up later on, but I want to talk about a couple of things that happened.
Yeah, I don't want to step on your toes.
The briefest side of things with because there were only 3, the performances that were had there, and there were 3 live performances. One from Sting.
Yes.
One from Imagine Dragons.
Yep.
And the Game Awards Orchestra, who did a compilation of all the bits of music from the Game of the Year nominees. So, Nana, are you a Sting fan, or did you care that Sting was even there?
Not really, no, honestly. There was also, I think there was also like the Cuphead thing that they did for
Yes,
their DLC.
Sorry, you are correct. Yeah, I forgot about that. And that was actually excellent.
Yeah, that was really good.
I mean, look, anything 1930s related, like in terms of the cartoons, that is usually cool. They've rested on that whole art style.
That's their aesthetic,
the whole way through, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Even down to the 30s style microphones they had as well.
I love that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome, to be fair. Imagine Dragons, do you care?
Not really, no. I just know that they always are there for leak stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, but it is weird. You got 2. I know Imagine Dragons were obviously there at the 2014 awards show, the first one.
Why do people hate them?
Kind of a callback to that.
Why do people hate Imagine Dragons? I don't understand.
No, I thought people liked them. I've never listened to them before. So.
Twitter eviscerated them, and I'm like, I like Imagine Dragons. I know they're old, but I still like them.
It's probably because they have absolutely nothing to do with video games. That's probably why they got eviscerated.
This is one of the rare times where I'm like, okay, fine, you can be there because you always do League of Legends stuff.
I was going to say, exactly, they're actually in Arcane. They're in Arcane. They animated them in. And I want to talk about Sting now. I want to talk about Sting now. Can I talk about Sting now?
You could talk about Sting.
Go ahead.
I love that song so much. It's called What Could Have Been, and it's on the soundtrack of Arcane. And we gave a glowing recommendation for our audience. I say we. I think just me and Kieran. I don't think Pete's watched it yet. But gave a glowing recommendation. Okay.
Still waiting for that Netflix password.
Oh yes, that's right. No, Pete, we don't say that.
About that every single time.
But Pete, that would be wrong. So
Netflix don't care. Someone's paying.
I know, it's very true. But back to the song. Like, I just love that song. It's during one of the most. I mean, Arcane is emotional from start to finish. It's a very well crafted story, but the music really enhances it. And so that song, I just like. I mean, Sting's like what 70 in his 70s, and that's pretty cool that he came out and did that. So.
Look, I have thoughts about Sting. I have some big thoughts about Sting, in fact. I don't think he should have been there. I know he was involved in a song for Arcane, obviously, but he hasn't quite been the same since he left the police. And the police
oh my gosh, Pete! That's before we were born!
I don't care. I still can enjoy it.
Pete was born an old man.
Well, this is what I tell everyone. I like prog rock.
You do.
I default to old man music by choice.
Oh my gosh. I actually like Sting's music. There's several things. There's an album he did, I think in the 90s or something, that I really, really like. Because it's kind of new agey, which I like. But, because I have synesthesia, and so his music makes pretty colors. But Sting as a person, I'm not entirely on board with Sting as a person, but I don't know him, so. But I still love this song. I freaking love this song.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So the Game Awards orchestra was clearly, obviously apart from the Cuphead thing, because even chat has said that.
Yeah.
The TDA orchestra was actually a highlight for me. They are
excellent. They are.
Oh,
really
definitely.
Good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wish, like, before pandemic times, there were several orchestras around here in this neck of the woods that would tour, at least tour in Europe. I don't know about the US. I'm sure there's something similar. That were explicitly video game orchestras. We even have one here in Northern Ireland.
We do have them over here. Yeah. Like, there's been like Zelda ones. There's been Final Fantasy ones.
Oh, so. Yeah. I just love that. I just wish that would come back. I do. Like I said, we have one specifically here in Northern Ireland, which is, they always show up to Comic-Cons. It's just so nice. I just love that. But I love music anyway. But Brent says, me too, as in along with you, Pete. I say that I only listen to artists that began recording before I was born. No.
Well, that's because creativity and originality has gone out of music since probably the late 90s anyway. So.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna stand on that hill.
I like the band Fun. I like them. They disappeared.
Are they fun?
I think they're fun.
Okay. That's good to know.
But anyway, yeah, Pete, I think that's your cue to move to the next thing. What was it?
Yes, in which I'm actually going to do this in the way that Geoff Keighley does this.
Oh, gosh.
And we're going to talk about the awards next, because they're the least important part of the show, clearly.
Oh, right, Pete, I might be stepping on your toes, and you tell me if I am. But before we went live, Nana and I count... Uh-oh.
What?
Didn't we freeze up?
I think we're okay for a little bit longer.
Wait.
Okay. I'm not touching my computer.
No, I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're gonna make it through.
Okay, chat, let us know if something goes wrong.
I'm not touching my computer, so...
I know. I do love the fact that Nana's the one calling out to chat. He's clearly the biggest streamer out of all of us.
Go ahead.
What was I saying? Oh, we counted the categories before.
We did. I think you guys did, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. And I think it was 25 of the actual categories and 7 of the esports. So as far as categories, not very many.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an issue with there being a best action category and a best action adventure category.
Yeah,
but I'm sure that will come up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Let me get into like a few things.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, but I felt like some of the categories, like you said, are weird. Like Best racing sports is a weird one to group together. Best action and action adventure are weird as hell, which is strange. And the other thing, if you guys remember, the other thing
and strategy.
Yeah, that's
they should not be together. Sim and strategy are very different. But yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, Nana.
The other thing if you guys remember last year, I had a big complaint about guests not being related to games. I feel like that was kind of fixed this year. Like there were still weird things with someone from The Mandalorian and
the guy from Shang-Chi as well.
Yeah.
That was so cringy.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Kylie, did you see this?
I saw tweets about it. I did not see it directly. No.
Okay, so the guy from Shang-Chi, like the guy who plays Shang-Chi, literally just came out and got distracted because all he was doing was watching Halo on his phone. He was watching Twitch streamers watching Halo, and it was like, yeah, okay. Like, we get the point. Halo just come out.
Yeah. Was it a bit?
It was a bit, but it went on well too long. Like, had it been a couple of throwaway moments, it would have been okay.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Because... Go on.
Well, no, I just want to address something. I'm using the Oscars as a comparative, but it can be any award show, really, any mainstream award show. The Game Awards, they have lots of problems, but they may have writers, but they don't have dedicated writers who work the entire year, whereas the Oscars do. And the Oscars even put themselves up for awards in their own writing award show categories because their team works so hard. If the Game Awards got a dedicated team of writers, and I mean real writers, no, that's probably wrong, I shouldn't say real writers, but I mean a dedicated team of writers, this show could be vastly improved. You can put a pretty package over your commercial capitalistic tendencies as long as you've got witty and charismatic writing around it.
Yeah, and it's definitely evident of the fact that they don't have a set of writers because they had that bit that was clearly done by the actor who played Shang-Chi. Sorry, I'm blanking on the name.
I can't pronounce it, but
Sim Lee, I believe it's how you
sorry, I was blanking on the name. But then you've got Ben Schwartz, who obviously is the voice of Sonic.
His
bit was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, but he's naturally funny. He's a naturally funny guy.
He's an actual comedian.
But
so
see, that's the thing.
But,
they need to get a team of writers.
Yeah, did you see what he was doing with that, by the way?
No.
His bit. So basically, he brought out a DVD. It was like, I've got the Sonic trailer here on this disc. Oh, wait, no, it's a blank disc.
Yeah.
And then he did it again, like, after something else, and he was like, I've got it right here. It's still a blank disc.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny, actually, to be fair. The was everything on it.
Well, do we want to talk about the movie trailers? Do we want to...
No, we're going to talk about that later, because we're actually going to talk about the actual awards themselves.
Oh, right, yes, you did say that.
They come second to the announcements.
Yes, of course.
So... let's pull the Band-Aid off. We're just going to talk about Game of the Year first and foremost. First on my list.
Yes, for good reason.
Okay.
So
it's Pete's choice.
I think what we'll do is we'll recap the nominees briefly.
Yes, very briefly.
We went over some of these categories. So the biggest one, obviously, Game of the Year was Resident Evil Village, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, Deathloop, and It Takes Two.
How do we feel about that?
Now,
like,
if anyone had put actual money down on It Takes Two, winning that entire category, they would have been rich.
Yeah, I thought Deathloop. I really did.
I'm really happy for the guy though, because he seems to just love making games and love going to the Game Awards and stuff. So I'm happy for him.
I do love the fact that Geoff Keighley had this moment. It was like, keep a microphone away from him earlier on in the show, and then he ends up winning Game of the Year, so he has to give a speech.
I bet he talked to him beforehand. He's like, dude, keep it clean.
No, he did not. He even did his whole thing of F the Oscars again.
Oh my gosh. See, that dude seems like a dude I'd hang out with.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Now, as someone who watched it, Nana, did you find that the speeches were all a bit rushed, though?
Yes, I did, especially towards the end, because you could tell they were running low on time.
I think it was like they must have given them like a select amount of time, like 45 seconds, maybe. And I think that was because they'd had criticism like the year before where people were like going well overboard with their speeches.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I definitely got the impression of get up on stage, give a quick speech, off you go, and then some people were like overrunning, so they were like at the side of them going, "Come on, quick, move on."
Mm-hmm.
That's
So it was a bit
crazy.
weird though. So, Kylie, how do you feel about It Takes Two winning this category?
I was surprised, really. Like I said, my money would have been on Deathloop. But interesting take on it. Interesting take two on it. But
oh well, that's a strike from Take Two.
Thanks. I actually didn't go up there and say F Take Two.
Well, see, I
so should have done.
Yeah, it's true.
I know that these things are voted on, earlier, but there is part of me that was like, was this revenge? Was this, like a little funny troll to Take Two Interactive,
I really hope it was.
And maybe he was hoping for a little bit of controversy, but with Fares, isn't that how you say his name? Joseph Fares?
Yeah, Joseph Fares.
Yeah.
Maybe saying F you, Take Two.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a cool graphic.
Been very funny, but still.
F you, Take Two.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I mean, it's nice. I mean, Pete and I actually recently played It Takes Two. And we'll probably play a little bit more possibly this week, but
I'm hoping so, but we can't guarantee it.
No, but what I can say is well-crafted game. I'm not into platforming at all. I think I have a problem with depth perception. I really do. I think that's why I have problems with jumping, because same thing in Destiny. But well-made game, very like strong made game, like a stable, thing, and a cute story for people that like those types of things. So I mean,
I'm sure we'll talk more about this next week.
Oh yeah,
game of the year
it's one of Pete's choices. So,
well, why do you think I was playing it?
Well, exactly,
because I need to get through it, but it does require a second person to be able to actually play it. But
yeah. So I don't know, pleasantly surprised. Like it didn't. None of those things jumped out at me in that category. I don't know. I'm not big on award shows anyway. But
to be fair, I think any one of those games was probably worthy of winning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think that's why they were nominated. Yeah, honestly.
Just out of curiosity, would you have gone Metroid Dread?
No, I wouldn't have.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm still very undecided about what I personally would have picked in this one, because I think without playing Deathloop I can't comment on it. Without playing Resident Evil I can't comment on it either. Same with Ratchet and Clank, but I've seen enough to know what it's all about.
Yeah.
And so Psychonauts I've really, really enjoyed. It's another 3D platformer, but it has a bit of a stronger narrative than It Takes Two.
Really?
So
wow.
It's a tough one, really. This one is probably the closest category, I think, out of all of them.
Well, I was going to make a point, left me. So, Chad, if you want to toss in your choices for Game of the Year, and then Pete will move on. Because I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, right. So we'll move on to Best Game Direction. So nominated for this one was...
What is the point of this category?
I have absolutely no idea.
You know, here, you want me to tell you what the honest truth is? This is the honest truth. It's marketing. It's for Geoff Keighley to make connections. It's 100% about connections. Yeah, the Oscars do that too.
Okay, well, I'm not even going to run through this one because everybody knows Deathloop was marketed within an inch of its life. So it's going to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was going up against It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Returnal.
The dumbest name since Forsworn or whatever it's called.
Forspoken.
See, I cannot remember that.
Yesterday.
Which also had another trailer.
It did.
Yeah, that's why I said we'll get to that.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I hate these made up words. My brain can't handle it. I can barely remember normal words. I know all words are made up, but still.
Okay, so quick question for you both. Is this a surprise?
No. This is all industry insider crap. No.
I tell you what, I'm actually very surprised by this one.
Why so?
Go ahead.
Psychonauts 2 I felt probably should have got it because it is a fantastically directed game and it's a really compelling story as well.
Right.
But I think this is what people have been mentioning, is that apparently, like, Deathloop completely poops the bed in the last hour of the game.
Does it really? See,
and
I don't
clearly
know.
the reviewers didn't ever get to the end of the game.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But I'm not commenting on that myself because I haven't played it, but it's just what I've been hearing. So we'll move on quickly to best narrative.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And the nominations are, and the winner was. So for anyone who watched the show will understand that joke.
Oh goodness.
No, because what Geoff Keighley done is, like, a couple of the categories he didn't care about, just flashed it up on screen, but didn't actually say what they were.
Uh-huh.
I will save my comments.
That joke was so niche that even Nana, who watched the show, didn't get that.
Oh gosh.
No, I get what you were saying.
Okay, alright, cool. Right, so yeah, best narrative, when the nominations were Guardians of the Galaxy, Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange True Colors, and Psychonauts 2. Guardians of the Galaxy won this one.
I can't wait to play that. I really can't.
Yeah, I got no comment. This one's on you.
Got no comment either, but I know I'm purchasing it like soon enough anyway, because I've been trying to find it at a good price.
I want it. I want it.
Oh, post-Christmas sales might come in handy.
Chat, and also my fellow people, host. Can you hear me? Because I moved my microphone.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
We are good. Okay, so we'll move on to Best Art Direction. So nominees for this one were Deathloop with a nomination. That is all 4 first categories has got a nomination.
Yeah.
Kena Bridge of Spirits, Kenna or Kena, I can never know which one it is. Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and The Artful Escape. Deathloop won this one.
What was
I'm going to agree with this one because the 60s aesthetic was one of the biggest selling points of the art direction.
Oh, art direction. Right. Yeah, no, I'm agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Though I think Scarred Nexus should have just gotten based off of how good that game looks.
It does look good.
It's a very impressive looking game, especially on next generation consoles. Right, so not really much else to say other than probably another one that Psychonauts probably could have got a lot higher in.
Yeah.
Anyway, best score and music. This one's fun. So we have Near Replicant version 1.2247. I'm not even pronouncing that. Whatever it is, it's it's like the square root of square root or something like that. Or
yeah, 1.5.
Yeah, it's a square root of pi. Cyberpunk 2077. Deathloop, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Artful Escape, and Near Replicant won this one.
Can I just say something about this? Guardians of the Galaxy is probably in there based off of licensed soundtracks.
Yeah.
If your soundtrack is a licensed soundtrack, it should not count.
I actually agree with that, unless they're like original covers or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
Well, in that case, let's put Forza Horizon 5 in there because that clearly had best score.
Yeah,
not
but
really.
They treated Forza real bad. But anyway.
They may have done, yeah. So yeah, Near Replicant wins this one. Can't make any comment because I've not played any of the games on this list apart from Cyberpunk, and the Cyberpunk music was kind of forgettable to me.
I mean, it has some original, because there's a band in Cyberpunk 2077, so there's original, actual.
Yeah, I
pop
know
songs.
There was one moment where Keanu Reeves' character Johnny Silverhand is performing with the band. So
yeah, and a lot of people really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of the only moments I did quite like in that game so far because I plan on going back to it at some point when it is fixed.
Apparently, it's supposed to be way better now. I don't know.
Nah, I'm waiting for that next gen version to come out before making an assessment on it.
I think that's fair.
So next up was best audio design. So we had Forza Horizon 5, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal in this one. Any guesses? Yeah, it was Forza.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. It's probably one of the only times that actually Forza did win an award, which was quite surprising.
That's actually good.
Anyway, so we're going to go on to best performance. and I'm going to butcher a name in this one, so I apologise for that almost immediately. So we have Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village, Alexa Mori as Alex Chen from Life is Strange True Colors, Giancarlo Esposito as Anton Castillo from Far Cry 6, Jason E. Kelly as Cole Vaughn from Deathloop, and God damn it, I'm not pronouncing this name correctly. Oziyama Akiyaga as Juliana Blake from Deathloop.
Mm-hmm. I think that these were actually really good nominees.
And you would be happy to hear that Maggie Robertson won it as Lady Dimitrescu.
I think that's very good.
I mean, I expected nothing else because of like how Lady Dimitrescu obviously set the internet on fire this year.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be a reason to win.
But it probably was quite a compelling performance from her. The fact that it's obviously been quite memeable.
Right. I don't know that it's the performance that was memeable, but I think she did a great job.
I'm deciding not to talk about those incredibly large assets.
Yes.
You just brought it up what Kylie might talk about now.
That is my cosplay goal. If I ever get to host my stupid dadgum Comic-Con over here, I will be Lady Dimitrescu. But I think like I think this is fine. I think this is good. I think that was
I mean, I could have seen that either one of the performances from Deathloop could have made it as well, because everything you see in the trailer, the chemistry between those two was always really good. So it could have been one of the two, and I think giving it to Giancarlo would have been a bit of a slap in the face, really, because
I told Nana that that's.
I mean, he's a great actor, but it's just.
Well, I told Nana that that's the one that I thought was going to win purely because of his.
Yeah, because he's a big name. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's also how much Geoff Keighley promoted like Far Cry 6 during like the Summer Games Fest as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, E3 did as well. And everyone did.
Well, I mean, he's such a big name.
Trailers. Yeah.
And he's a big actor and well known, so I thought, definitely, because it would be a good draw for, the show itself.
I've specifically not mentioned Erica Mori as well as Alex Chen from Life is Strange because I haven't played the game, so I can't make any comments about it.
Yeah, but I mean, Life is Strange is 100% like performance based, if that makes sense.
It is, yeah.
So
it is, and the face animations are never very good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
I'm always careful. Right. I'm always careful.
I cannot ignore that.
No,
I can never ignore that.
No, even with the remasters, like from the early games, because I've played Life is Strange 1, like even the facial animations on a remaster have been a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
So, anyway, games for impact. What the hell does this even mean?
I know. He was making up stuff.
Yep, definitely. So we had Life is Strange True Colors, Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Chicory, A Colourful Tale, and No Longer Home.
Yeah.
So out of all of those, the winner was the only one you've ever heard of. Life is Strange True Colors.
Right. Although I have heard of Boyfriend Dungeon, but that was because people were like mad at it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was the only thing I'd had. I'd heard there was a minor bit of controversy with it, and that was it.
I have a Boyfriend Dungeon. I'm sitting in it. No, I'm kidding. Boyfriend Dungeon, the Kylie game.
Okay, so best ongoing game.
What does that mean? Live service?
I would imagine live service game.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll understand why when I read the nominations. Final Fantasy XIV, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
Why is Destiny not in there?
Why is not what in there?
Why is Destiny 2 not in there?
Don't know.
Is it because they hate me?
No, I think it's because I hate Bungie. Anyway, so sorry, Nana. I'm afraid to say Genshin didn't win.
No, I have no problems with this one. I've heard so many people praise and walk. So.
No.
Wait,
Final
who won?
Fantasy 14 won.
Oh,
and
right.
I think it had to. Rightly so as well.
Yeah, it had to.
No,
people
the fact that
are crazy about that.
Yeah, the new expansions come out, and there is an absolute queue to even get in the game at the moment. So they've had to like give out free 7-day codes to people who are still waiting to get into the game. So it's like, yeah, this one clearly has had a massive impact on those 14 players.
That is so crazy. But that's awesome. Yeah. But that's just wild.
It's great considering that Final Fantasy XIV originally came out in an absolutely awful state that I had to reboot it. So it's good to see that it's finally picked.
That's a good point, Brent. Warframe has always missed out on this one. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Our resident Warframe fan has come in with why has Warframe been slighted again? I kid, Brent, of course. Okay, so we're going to move on to Best Independent Game. So we had Kena Bridge of Spirits, 12 minutes, which during the nominations we thought, why the hell did this ever get nominated?
Yeah, I can understand.
Death's Door, Inscription, and Loop Hero. Kena Bridge of Spirits won this one, and
because of course it was going.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're ex like Pixar animators or ex Disney animators. Of course they were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then
I have no problems with them winning. I have a couple of problems with the game, but I understand why they won.
Okay, do you want to talk about them? Because I haven't played Kena to know about them.
It's more of a movie than a game, and it's trying to be a AAA game. Is my problem.
I see. Okay.
That was kind of what I wanted to say. Is when do we, where's the delineation, the demarcation zone of indie to AAA? If the indies are attempting to be AAAs and they start selling like AAAs, I don't know if the name maybe it should be Artisan. The Artisan.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, look, I'm gonna have to streamline a fair few of these because we've gone long, and also the fact is that
I'm tuning out.
There's so many more categories that mean nothing to me. So
they just mean nothing.
Okay, so I won't. In some of these, I won't talk about all the nominations. I'll just talk the winner. So, best mobile game was Genshin Impact.
Thank God.
I think probably rightly so.
If they got robbed again, I swear to God.
Yeah. Best community support was Final Fantasy XIV, probably rightly so on that one as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Kylie, you can feel slighted by this one because Destiny 2 was in there.
I know. I saw. But I disagree because Bungie has the best community. It just does. Okay? It just does. They have their own fashion magazine.
But does Destiny 2 currently have a waiting queue to get into it?
No, because they know how to. But that's because they know how to open their servers and have enough to serve everyone around the world of their global participants.
Best VR and AR game was Resident Evil 4.
I didn't even know that came out. So congrats to Capcom on that one.
What were the nominees on that one? I am curious.
Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, and Sniper Elite VR.
I Expect You to Die is so good. I assume I Expect You to Die 2 is also good in VR.
Okay, I wouldn't know. I'm not sure myself.
They're really good.
Okay, anyway. So, alright, we're going to cover this one in a bit more depth because it would be a tragedy if I skipped over this one. Okay. Innovation in accessibility.
Oh, yes. No, agree. Oh, right when Brent's leaving.
Oh, sorry, Brent.
But yes.
So this one was, the nominees were Forza Horizon 5, Far Cry 6, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and The Veil, Shadow of the Crown. Forza Horizon 5 on it.
Yeah, from what I hear, it is extremely accessible, which I think is awesome.
What I've heard from the person I was watching, apparently the feature they were talking about wasn't in the game yet, though.
Really?
Oh.
That is what I've heard. I can't confirm that.
Okay.
Brent would be our best, source for that. So maybe he'll check the VOD and give us his thoughts on that.
Possibly, yeah, but if not, then we could always talk to him about it next week as well.
It's true.
So, small tease. So, best action game.
I'm a big tease.
Best action game. The winner was Returnal.
Now we're getting in the categories where I'm just like, why?
Yeah, I know. So, that was a bit unusual, I think. I definitely don't think Back 4 Blood could have won it at all. But hey, I would have liked Back 4 Blood to win it.
Yes, but that's because you like Back 4 Blood.
I must be the only person that still likes Back 4 Blood because everyone's now slandering it.
No, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It gets the job done.
It's a fine game.
Yeah.
Now we've got Best Action and Adventure Game.
Which is just so dumb.
Yeah.
Basically, the obligatory let's give a Nintendo a game award.
No, that's Best Family Game, dude.
Oh, yeah, that they didn't.
No, because this one got given to Metroid Dread as well, so...
Yeah, true.
But you are right, yeah. Best Family Game usually goes... It's basically the Nintendo-sponsored category.
Mm-hmm. I do want to just say, if you've never checked out Metroid, was it 2033? Isn't that what it's originally
Metro,
called?
you mean?
Metro, that's what... Oh, that's right, Metroid's different. Okay, sorry, I'm getting very tired. I'm getting so tired.
Okay, Metroid, the series from 1986.
Yes! I realized that.
Metro, the game that first appeared on an Xbox 360.
I had a point, but I'm so tired. Yes, ignore what I just said, but definitely play Metroid Dread. It's so cool.
Okay. Best role-playing game. I'm going to cover these topics because this is a Nana category all the way.
They could do so much better on this category.
So we had Tales of Arise, Cyberpunk 2077. What? Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, and Shin Megami Tensei 5. So straight off the bat, there's 3 out of 5 games that I know Nana would like.
Yeah. So I'll go into this one. Okay, Tales of Arise 1. Okay, Tales of Arise 1. Personally, I think Scarlet Nexus was robbed. But that's just me, because I know people will vouch for Shin Megami Tensei 5 as well. But yeah, I think Scarlet Nexus was robbed. Why is Monster Hunter Rise in there? Why is Cyberpunk in there?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, Cyberpunk is very little role-playing
It's loosely a role-playing game. Very loosely.
You've got stats you can increase, therefore it's a role-playing game.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think we need
as much as I love Capcom, I don't think Monster Hunter is an RPG at all. Like, there's elements to it, but just because there's RPG elements doesn't make it an RPG.
Exactly. I agree.
I would definitely say it's more of an action-adventure game more than anything. Like, that should have been in that category for sure.
Right.
I know some people will probably argue with that. So, before... if he decides to listen to this, Oodles, don't come at me, please.
Oodles, at us!
Anyway, best fighting game. This is my category. I don't care about it. Guilty Gear Strive won this one, and rightly so.
I don't know how Melty Blood got in there, but whatever.
Apparently, Melty Blood is a very good game, but I haven't got around to playing it just yet. But Melty Blood is like as a series that is quite popular.
Well, I rely on your expertise on that one.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl got into this, and people really dropped off of playing that after the first week. So
I'm surprised. I was hoping that was going to be something good.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Best Family Game, sponsored by Nintendo.
Yes!
Where the nominees were Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, WarioWare Get It Together, and It Takes Two. The winner was It Takes Two.
I can't
so Nintendo didn't even win their own category.
I cannot believe they did that. I really can't. I find that hilarious.
I can understand why. I mean, is
it a family game? It's 2 people, whereas
my face looks weird because I'm staring at the next category.
My goodness, hey, I'm looking at that as well, but.
I'm not.
In terms of It Takes Two, yeah, I could call it a family game because it tackles some pretty heavy subjects that
but then we're back to
kids and all that. And
then we're back to what is family game
choices. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think it can be. I think it's a game that could be enjoyed by all because it's a 3D platformer as well.
Yeah. But I guess I was thinking more like, like Mario Party. You know what I mean? Like a.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah. Like, all those games on that list are basically like 3+ or 7+.
Exactly.
The Peggy rating.
Now, I mean,
It Takes Two is 12.
That could just be me being very literal to what the category means, as I have a tendency to do that. Whereas It Takes Two is just 2 people.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
But I think it was good that it did also win this category because it was probably one of those things like, do we know this is going to get Game of the Year? Probably not. So let's throw it a bone somewhere.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right about that. Okay. Moving on.
The category that caused Nana to scrunch his face up was best sports and racing game.
Right.
This is weird because why would you group them together?
They should not be grouped together.
They should not be.
Yeah.
However, I'll make the argument that loads of people who are into motorsports want to consider it a sport.
But the thing is with racing games, it's like, it's a weird thing because there's sim racers and there's arcade racers.
I know, yeah. It's what I was talking to someone at work about the other day. It's like simcades, isn't it? It's like simcade racing.
And then again, sports would just be the same thing over and over. But then again, you have F1 in there, so what's I'm sorry.
Kylie, you warned, you said, and it happened. So thank you. I've just got to make note of that quickly. So 1 second. Gracious me. Nana, you always make me put extra work in every time. Forza Horizon 5, F1 2021, FIFA 2022, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and Riders Republic. Forza Horizon 5 won this, probably no understanding why.
No question.
However, there are people out there who have made mention about a game that came out this year that probably should have been on this list. Cruise and Blast.
Oh, I didn't know that came out.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about that.
I've heard so many good things about it, and there are a lot of people who've considered it to be an absolute tragedy that it didn't even get nominated. So, but
I bet
two EA games on there as well.
I bet. Oh my gosh, guys, this is my brain on. I'm very tired and bored. But I bet you could cosplay Lawnmower Simulator. It's just having like a lawnmower.
A sim and strategy game. Like I said, I'm just going to breeze through these ones as well. So there was Age of Empires 4. Best multiplayer game was It Takes Two. Best debut indie game was Kena Bridge of Spirits. I think that was probably the one that it was rightly going to get.
Yeah.
You could bring a weed eater.
Stupidest category of the whole thing. Most anticipated game.
Yeah, so
was
dumb.
Elden Ring for the second year in a row, and even Keighley commented on that too.
I just
stupid idiot. Player's Choice or Player's Voice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Should be just Player's Choice. But anyway.
Halo Infinite.
Is that actually okay? Question to Kylie: is that actually good? Because I've heard one of the content creators say this is really bad.
Oh, I love it. I am.
Okay, good.
Oh
bias
gosh,
alert!
yeah.
Bias alert!
I am.
I mean, the other one is biased against Halo as well.
I'm not actually.
I'm biased towards it big time, so I do admit that. But as I've said, and we'll talk about it way more in depth next week. I have never been a fan of 343. I went in with low expectations, and they exceeded it beyond belief, narratively speaking.
Yeah, I had really low expectations for it as well, and I'm a little bit indifferent to it more so than you.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I finished the main campaign in one night. It took me 11 hours.
Proper mainline that.
Yeah, that was pure. I didn't do any of the side missions. So.
Yeah, whereas I've actually done side missions and I'm not even anywhere close to getting it to a point. So anyway, best esports game went to League of Legends. Terrible because Riot Games are awful. There were 2 Riot games on here and also an Activision game, and they probably shouldn't have been. But hey ho, whatever. Best esports player was Simple or Ali.
I don't know.
Whatever. Never heard of him. Don't care. Best esports team was Natus Vincere, which is the Counter-Strike Global Offensive team.
Okay.
Best esports coach was not even trying to pronounce that one.
Well,
someone by the name of Kim.
I said it last year. I'm gonna say it again this year. It should have been James Frazier.
100%. That man needs more recognition.
Yep. Every year he's slighted.
Yeah. Also, best esports team, QM Samurais.
It should be every year.
James, I'll take that check now. Thanks. Best esports event was the 2021 League of Legends World Championship.
Okay, look, I will say this. I can't help it. I have to get my Ghost King mention in. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm very obsessed with Word of Honor, which is a Chinese series.
Everyone at the moment.
Yes.
You've now given away the name of the show.
I will say it. I will say it on here, but I won't say it on Twitter.
Yeah, fine.
But Ghost King, the guy that plays the actor Simon, he's a huge League of Legends fan. He obsessively watches the finals, and I love that about him, and I love everything about him.
Okay. Well, the final award was Content Creator of the Year. Oh, massive disappointment because Rapid Reviews Radio did not make it onto this list.
Yep.
How dare you, Geoff? We put in work, you know.
I paid you $20.
Really thought that fruit roll-up was going to go somewhere. Anyway, the Content Creator of the Year was Dream, and a few people have taken umbrage with this because a lot of people think Scott the Woz should have made it on this list, and probably so.
I just don't even.
Hey. Anyway, we had the Global Gaming Citizens, which is the drag community, which is, and then Khalif Adams, Spawn on Me, and Anissa.
I actually got the chance of meeting the last one at a networking event. Oh, she's really nice.
Anissa Sanisi.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet her at a networking event. She's real nice, so I'm glad for her.
Amazing.
I will take your word on that.
She got onto the Global Gaming Citizens program then. That's excellent news. So that covers all the categories. I'll go through this just quickly. Deathloop had actually the most amount of nominations at 9, and then it was It Takes Two and Ratchet and Clank had 6. Psychonauts and Resident Evil had 5. Forza and Guardians had 4. Artful Escape and various others had 3, and 2 for Apex Legends, Back 4 Blood, and a few others. The most amount of nominations in terms of publisher was Microsoft with Xbox Game Studios.
Woohoo!
So
I'm not
a bad
biased
year
at all.
for Microsoft.
Yes. Well, they will own everything by next year, so.
Because the funny thing is, even though the nominations of 9 to Deathloop were clearly for PlayStation, who owns Bethesda? Microsoft.
Exactly.
So they still get winners for that.
Whoop, whoop.
It was funny because even during one of the speeches, they even thanked Microsoft for a PlayStation game.
That's awesome. That's the way it should be in the future, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so let's move very quickly on, and we're going to talk some of these more briefly than others because I understand we could go long in this one talking about.
And I'm falling asleep.
I know. So, for the sake of Kiley's sanity, we will speed line through quite a few of these. So, the first one I want to talk about is Alan Wake 2.
That's you two. I haven't played an Alan Wake game in my life.
I
never played Alan Wake. Oh, sorry, I did play Alan Wake. I didn't like Alan Wake, so no interest in the sequel.
I fell asleep in Alan Wake. I did play the first.
Yeah, the only interesting thing for me of what they were talking about is that Sam Lake, the one of the creative directors at Remedy, did say they're leaning more into survival horror this time around, so that might be more interesting.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Let's talk about it. It's probably going to get the most amount of coverage. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 trailer.
I can't.
So Nana, because you saw this live, what was your reaction to it?
That sure looks like Sonic Adventure. Because they're just taking the plot point of the Master Emerald and Knuckles.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it looks like they're just gonna do the adventure stuff in that film.
I thought they're sort of leaning on the story of parts of the story of Sonic 3 as well.
Yeah, Sonic 3 parts as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously, like Knuckles is an antagonist in this one, where he was manipulated by Robotnik in the third game. So I'm just going to put it out there. I know exactly what's going to happen at the end of this movie. I'm not going to spoil it here. So.
Oh dear.
I mean, I don't know insider knowledge, let's just say that. I just know because if they're basing this on previous Sonic games, then you know what's going to happen.
Yep.
So...
That does give me hope, though, that they're correcting a hard left from the buddy cop movies eventually.
Yeah, I think so as well. Also, I did see an article, surprisingly from Polygon on this one, where they were talking about how much research Idris Elba has done for the role of Knuckles.
Yeah!
Which fills me with a lot of confidence.
I like that.
Kylie, can I have your focus for at least 5 minutes? Thank you.
I'm focused. I'm trying so hard.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that Sega came out with on this one, this is not including pre-show, because Sega also had an announcement for Persona 4 Arena Ultimax coming to the Switch.
Yep.
Kind of cool, because that is an excellent fighting game.
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers, which is the game that they kind of teased earlier on in the year but never name dropped. Now we officially know it as Sonic Frontiers.
I'm worried.
For a giveaway.
Yeah, I'm worried because I grew up somewhat in modern Sonic, like Colors and Generations. And while I do like Lost World, I played some of the adventure games. They're definitely more of the time-ish thing. And I know it's like a big thing with Sonic Team that they just can't seem to stick to a formula because they screw it up eventually.
Yes.
But it's like, do we really need open world Sonic? Because I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right path for them to go down.
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling from this trailer as well that they're really, like, with the open world stuff, they're really trying to emulate that moment for Zelda with Breath of the Wild?
I feel like that's been a lot of gaming lately.
It has been a lot of games, but this one is very blatant, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Apparently, Ian Flynn is doing the story this time.
Oh, right.
So, well, that probably fills me with a bit more confidence than it should.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Okay, Kylie, this is definitely one for you, despite the fact that it was only a CG announcement trailer. Wonder Woman.
I wasn't a fan of the trailer. Believe it or not. Because
you saw the trailer?
I did.
Okay.
I mean...
So, first of all, how do you feel... First and foremost, how do you feel that there is a Wonder Woman game coming? And second of all, how do you feel about Monolith handling this?
Well, I'm very happy that there's a Wonder Woman standalone game. Like, very happy. Now, depends on how they're going to handle this. Because you could go several directions that I think are awful. And Monolith doing it, I'm so cynical towards every publisher dev studio right now.
Yep.
So, fair enough.
Yeah. So it's just like, well, we'll see what they do. But I felt that... What?
No, just carry on. Finish your point.
My problem with the trailer, believe it or not, is... Okay. From a female point of view, of course. On social media, there's a lot of these, like, weirdly... they're trying to be, like, encouraging... platitudes and stuff, and I am a sucker for a good platitude, and I like, a good positive word, but there's a certain strand that I can't stand, which is, she believed she could, so she did, or she is the fire that burns within, and you don't know her secrets that she is capable. She this, she got in a boat and it went the wrong direction, so she changed the sails. I hate that genre of platitudes. Okay. And the whole Wonder Woman trailer was that. It was just like, it's like fake girl power, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
But that's purely my very female point of view.
Okay, quick question. As soon as the trailer came up, did you know exactly what it was?
No. It took a bit.
No, I knew straight away. I'll be honest, as soon as I saw DC, I was like, I know what this is straight away. Right.
See, for me, it was such a vast possibilities in my mind.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you have to look at it, obviously, with the fact that they've got Gotham Knights, they've got Justice League killed, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Yeah.
They've had the Batman games before. They've attempted to make Superman games actually. As well. Wonder Woman was one of the only ones they haven't touched.
That's actually true. Mm-hmm.
So I had a big feeling that with the amount of like fervor and the amount of positivity that had come out of the Wonder Woman movie from 2017, probably not so much 1984. I had a feeling that games were going to go in that direction.
I think... I would like... Okay, I'm just laying it all out. and we can do a whole show on this later.
Go ahead.
I want a game with a strong female lead. Now, in my brain, I'm sure strong female lead is very, very different, from a group of men writing a strong female character. I mean, that just is. It just is going to be different.
Yeah.
Because my idea of a strong male is going to be different than, what a group of, cis male heterosexual men are going to think.
Yeah.
So I do want a game in general. I would love for it to be Wonder Woman, but like the old style feel of the original Tomb Raider would be nice. Because Diana is very much like Lara, as you guys call her, but not the Crystal Dynamics version, which is what I'm afraid we're gonna get. Is something like that. Which is not going to sell well, and then it's going to make DC/Warner Brothers go, we don't need strong female games. They just don't sell well. And it's because you don't write them well. You don't make them good games. It's not that people won't buy strong female lead games. You just send out crap, and it's like, yeah.
Wow, you've pretty much nailed on the mantra of what DC are usually about, so there you go.
What, putting out crap?
Well, Warner Brothers, especially.
Yeah.
So, but I did hear something quite interesting, obviously, for those who don't know who Monolith are, they're the ones who made Shadow of War.
Right.
Where they patented a certain gameplay mechanic that apparently is going to be used in this game, which is the Nemesis system.
Right?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
They actually have more uses for that Nemesis system outside of the game. So I'm pleased to see that they're doing that. It's a shame that they obviously patented it so that other people can't use it. But if it's coming in this game, fine.
That's fine.
Now, I'm going to move on to the next announcement because this one, for some who are not into the industry as much as we are and hear leaks, this would have been a massive surprise. Star Wars Eclipse.
Oh, right.
Obviously, the name got announced in this one. It's the fact that it's being made by Quantic Dream.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
AKA David Cage.
Nana and I had a discussion about this. Yes.
This is
my
weird.
Gosh.
This is so weird.
Oh, gosh. Like I said, Nana and I had a discussion about this beforehand. I think we're kind of on the same page, which is just... Why?
I knew you were going to say that.
I don't like his games. I know that's a personal issue with me because it's just quick time events. It's a story. Like Detroit Become Human is a beautiful story.
Yeah.
To watch. There's no joy in quote unquote playing it. Why would you do that to Star Wars? That's like giving Telltale Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of, Telltale got a Star Trek
exactly.
So, I have some thoughts about this. I'll go over a few of the things. They're obviously working in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games on this one. There was a cinematic trailer for it. Can't make too much of that because there was no gameplay there.
Right.
But they have revealed that it is set during the High Republic era, which is, I think, 1 to 3's era, isn't it?
Yeah. It is, which...
that would be interesting to see them explore that side a bit more.
Yeah.
However, David Cage is a person who has been failing upwards constantly.
Yes.
His games are terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The workplace in which and the culture that he proves there is terrible and has been noted to be terrible, yet he's now been given the Star Wars license.
Yeah.
There is literally a podcast... I literally listened to a podcast that said, make a David Cage game because of the things he's known for. That's how bad it's gotten.
Oh, I've seen reference to that. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Let me be honest here. Disney, a company that are all about diversity and inclusion, giving an IP to a person who does not believe in diversity and inclusion and pretty much poops on the female employees there is a really bad idea for optics.
Disney don't care.
They don't care.
No, they don't because it's money.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention. There were too many licensed games this year.
Yeah.
Like everything feels like it's hard.
Well, yeah, we've just got over two, Wonder Woman and Star Wars.
You know what's funny? Here's a brief aside that I'm gonna try and correct this week. So I was going through my files or whatever because my computer is just about to die, so I need to save things. Pete, I found episode, I think it's 93. And we didn't, because I said, oh, I'm going to fix it because it's in 2 parts. We didn't upload it to YouTube. So I forgot it existed. I forgot its content or whatever. So I listened to it this week. And it's about licensed games.
Yeah.
And that reflects exactly what Nana's just said. Is we talked about how the rise of licensed games was coming. And I think that it's very apparent, especially this year, licensed games are out the wazoo. I mean, it's kind of like Hollywood. There's no creativity left. And
yeah, there's something I want to say on that, but I'll leave it till after because I want to meander on it.
Yeah. Speaking of licensed games, Dune finally gets a video game adaptation.
I tweeted about this. I was like, it got popular, so it gets a game. Bite me. I don't give a damn about this.
I've never read the book. I have no interest in watching the movie. I've heard some good things, but I'll watch it eventually. I'm just not going to spend my money to go and see it in the cinema.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
Speaking of another licensed game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Got another trailer.
Yeah.
That one I'm fine with because it's Rocksteady.
I will admit that Rocksteady do tend to get my attention a bit more, and this one is... I wasn't as down on the first trailer, but this one looks a little bit more impressive.
I liked the first trailer.
For me, it was disappointing because it's just a shooter.
Yeah.
I don't want just a shooter.
No,
I like shooters.
Like a tactical multiplayer game. Like in some respects, like co-op, like
I can
some
see
sort
that.
of co-op
Yeah.
to it as well. I think there is a co-op element to it.
I can see
but
that.
I wasn't expecting it to be like a third-person shooter.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay with
anyway,
it.
so the most briefest of briefest announcements with this one, Among Us.
Yeah.
Is now getting a VR mode.
I think that's...
I'm happy for the devs, I guess, but it's like,
kind of cool.
How long is gonna keep going? Is what I'm wondering.
I mean, what can they do? You know,
exactly.
You can't improve the graphics. That'll take away the aesthetic. Yeah. You can't. I
think. Sorry, Cardi, I interrupted you there.
That's all right. I was like, I think all you can do is just keep throwing maps at it, you know, to keep it kind of around.
I know, but you can't milk the cash cow forever. Look what
that's true.
With Fall Guys.
Yeah, maybe what they're doing is they're doing enough more of what they can to get as much money in as possible to fund development on the next game.
Fair enough, yeah.
Maybe
because putting a VR mode in there, I can't imagine it's like that taxing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about VR development. If Jonathan was here, he could tell us.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one was something that Sencho did mention in the chat. Hellblade 2 got a cinematic gameplay trailer. And bearing in mind that obviously a couple of years ago we did get the announcement of Hellblade 2. This is the first time it's been shown in 2 years.
Yep.
Stunning.
Where was the
Absolutely
gameplay?
Stunning. Well, apparently it was there.
See, that's crazy.
I don't know. I'm cynical in this one. It looks impressive.
I thought Hellblade was an action game.
Yeah, so did I. The thing is, it looks interesting because the art style is like clearly something that they focused on quite heavily during development, and it's stunning to look at. But I'm with you on this one. If that was gameplay, that is a very bad example of what the gameplay is going to be, because it didn't even look like it. It looked like pre-rendered, like we sort of have been used to. And I you know me, Kylie, I'm so cynical about those kinds of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I'm a bit concerned by that one. I didn't think about it at the time. I think I was like everyone else. I was just blown away by the visuals of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so... although PlayStation didn't really have a lot of influence in this show, they did give a couple of trailers. So Horizon Forbidden West got a new trailer, and
that looks really good.
My interest is absolutely waned on that completely. I don't know if I'm going to play it. I really I got interested in playing Zero Dawn. Played it for about an hour, and I haven't gone back to it since because I think I was just sort of going, I'll play this on next gen when I get the PS5, but I don't know if I will. Oh, you know me in open world games, I'm not big on them, so.
Yeah, I getcha.
A Plague Tale Requiem is coming to the Switch.
That's cool.
This is the new one, isn't it?
But I was gonna say that's
caveat. There's a bit of a caveat with it. It's the new one in the Plague Tale series, but it's coming via cloud on the Switch.
Well, I mean,
you know how well that goes down.
Yeah.
As of everything that is high graphics on the Switch, though, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Which we always knew about. I think we even said the same thing when we saw Resident Evil 7 go onto their via cloud. We said it, didn't we?
Yeah. And that's exactly the point I was about to bring up. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna. There's a long list of stuff that's basically on this article that just
That's
says
what she
everything
said.
else. I know. I'm avoiding one in particular because I think it's going to require a bit more of a discussion. So, Lost Ark is a new MMO from Amazon Games that's due to come to Steam from February.
Nothing.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is finally coming to PC via Epic Game Store on December 16th.
I cannot wait to see the mods that are going to be made.
Oh, yes!
I'm so looking forward to even bigger chested Tifa.
Oh my goodness.
And no skirt Aerith.
Oh my gosh. Oh dear.
Because you know it's going to happen.
Oh, definitely it is. It absolutely is.
I'm sure Nana's already got that mod ready to go.
So I do hope there's like a randomizer for like there's been with the Kingdom Hearts games recently.
Oh, right.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool, actually. We got a new look at Destiny 2's The Witch Queen expansion.
Kylie.
Not so new. Not so new, because there was a teaser trailer that was secretly soft dropped not very long ago that I posted to Kieran and Pete. And it was basically exactly the trailer that was shown, slightly expanded, slightly. I think it's a very interesting take, though. And yes, I am very excited. Very excited.
Award for terrible named game, Slitterhead, is a new horror game from the creator of Silent Hill.
I'm happy for the dude, but people are still asking for Silent Hill from Konami.
I know. You got about as much chance as getting anything out of Konami, is it? You know.
Yep.
Can't even make a good enough analogy there because they're just a walking meme.
I have to. I wonder though, what is its Japanese name? Because Slitterhead is a terrible name in English.
Yeah, it is. I wonder about that.
What, Nana?
I said Clipper Wings. I have to. I'm sorry.
Okay, right. So Nightingale was announced. It's a shared world survival crafting game from Inflection Games.
I mean,
nothing.
Lord of the Rings Gollum got a new trailer. I actually think this got kind of cool.
I don't know. I'm so divided about that. I'm divided.
Go on.
I hope Andy Serkis is reprising the role.
I think he is. I really do.
I hope so.
I was reading that the other day. So.
PUBG is going free to play on January 12th. And why didn't this happen 5 years ago?
I cannot believe that.
That's a good point.
I cannot believe that. Like
that is strange as hell. Yeah.
Like, how is it not already free to play, flee to pray?
Free.
Lost Kylie.
Yes.
I think Kylie's gone.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
Okay. There was a trailer for a game called Somerville. Not really much.
I don't care. No.
Cuphead's The Delicious Last Course DLC is finally coming out on June 30th. This has been a long time in waiting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are they still considered indie?
Yes.
Yes, I think they are.
But
yeah.
We need to talk about that one day.
We plan on it.
Later, yeah.
Yeah. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is getting DLC called Warrior Priest, which is actually out now.
Yep.
Good for the Vermintide 2 players, because Vermintide 2 is quite cool.
Yeah.
Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, third-person shooter is coming to PC and current-gen consoles. No release date.
You know what's crazy about Warhammer 40k? Is the studio that I've forgotten their name. What is their name?
I can't remember.
It's like so well known. Chat, help me out here. Anyway, the guy that's head of it, he had to release a statement saying, "Look, the quote unquote the imperialist version, in 40K, they are not to be like your role model because people were showing up to 40K battles dressed in Nazi regalia."
Because of course they were.
Because the Legion, I can't remember what they're called, but the Imperialist Legion, they're very, very based on Nazis, and so people were showing up, and he had to go, wait, they're the bad guys, they're the baddies.
What the hell?
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that they're going forward with this, but anyway.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've forgotten. Games Workshop? It's Games Workshop, isn't it?
Games Workshop, yeah. Of course.
Anyway.
I can't believe I forgot that. How do you pronounce it? Takia, is it?
I don't know.
Well, that got a new trailer for spring 2022, and that game looks...
It's alright.
Okay,
It's alright.
It looks
Yeah.
The game that you mentioned earlier, Kylie, that has a terrible name, Forspoken, is coming out on May 24th.
The cover art for this is really bad.
I haven't seen it yet. I
haven't seen the cover art because, it does look cool. It looks next gen.
Yeah.
But I hate the name of it.
Yeah, the name is bad, but the thing is with the cover art is just character on box art.
Oh
the current trend of terrible
box
arts then. Okay, fair enough. There was a new trailer for Saints Row showed off, and it showed off its third-person shooting and wacky costumes.
I'm hesitantly cautious. I am excited for it. I just don't destroy the humor. Just put some naughty humor in there for me.
No, it looked like it had a bit more of the humor back in this one, so it's probably they're listening, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so another update for Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is the one that nobody... I'm not going to say nobody wants because I want that crossplay thing coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's not I can't believe they didn't announce it because I was looking at it going...
Yeah,
Fall Guys, we're getting the multi-platform release and they're coming with crossplay. No, Nightmare Before Christmas skins.
Yeah. Which do look really cool.
Sakes.
They do look really cool. Like, they have...
They do look really cool.
But
I admit that.
I don't know. Fall Guys is fun when you're with friends. And if they don't do crossplay, like, I know that a bunch of people in Rapids or RRUK we could have a Fall Guys fun time.
Yeah, we would.
If they would just
can't play crossplay.
Exactly. So
that's why I've stopped playing it for the moment.
Crossplay. Anyway.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland's got a new story.
It's starting
trailer,
to grow
and
on me.
This is really annoying because I like Will Arnett, but he clearly was not caring about this in any way, shape, or form.
Well, see, here's my thing. Now, we've mentioned Tiny Tina's Wonderland on here before, and I have said I hate it. And that's not true. I just said I hate it because people compare me to Tiny Tina, and I find her annoying.
She is.
But yeah, see, and the people are shocked. But when the second trailer came out, before, the one before this one, I did get yet another message. Oh my gosh, Kylie, go watch this trailer. There's this character in this game. It's just like you. And it turned out to be like, so it's growing on me. All right. I know she's annoying, but the game itself, being that it's a fantasy setting, which I love anyway.
That is kind of cool. I will give it that.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
And the writing's going to be good, so I'm looking forward to it. Reluctantly, but I am.
Just as long as Randy Pitchford isn't involved in it in any way, it might be all right.
And I'm not Tiny Tina!
Yeah, we finally got rid of him to palmed him off onto Hollywood and even worse industry. Thank goodness. It will fit in with all the molesters.
Oh gosh.
Of course.
Don't Kev. It got a new trailer. Featured characters doing a full-on dance routine.
I remember. I'm looking forward to this game. Mainly because I have a lot of friends who are into K-pop, so I think that will help me.
That one, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's Dokev, sorry, is how you pronounce it. Yeah, Dokev, yeah.
But even in the Summer Games Fest, I thought it looked pretty cool, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Look, I tuned out of this immediately as soon as they said K-pop, so... Yeah.
You know what's You know what's
I'm
funny?
such a boomer, I don't even know what a K-pop is, so...
Well, it's the ice cream pop in the shape of a K. But,
excellent.
Made by me. But anyway, because my name's Kylie with the K. But, you know what's kind of racist and a racist algorithm? YouTube thinks because I like one Chinese drama, Word of Honor, that I must like K-pop. And I get so many K-pop recommendations, and I'm like, YouTube, that's a little bit racist.
What did you expect? It's YouTube.
I know, but it was
yeah,
just
they
like...
don't... I mean, they pop up all the big media outlets on YouTube, for Christ's sake. So what did you expect?
Their algorithm fascinates me, but that's boring.
Yeah, because it's selective. They do it on purpose. It's not an actual natural algorithm like it used to be back in the day. But anyway, that's a whole different topic.
It is.
Moving on, there was a new Genshin Impact trailer that showed off characters in the game's new banner.
That new banner is coming out, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. There was also a teaser for the next character, Yunjin, but that'll probably they'll explain it the next week in a bit when they do their next update, which will basically tell us what's in the newest version of the game.
I'm glad you were able to put that on there because clearly Digital Trends didn't give a crap about that. Steel Rising is a new steampunk action game coming in 2022.
I missed that one.
It feels like steampunk is now becoming an aesthetic choice that's boring the hell out of me now.
Well, I have to say, BioShock Infinite. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. There's Halo Infinite and BioShock Infinite.
Well, technically, BioShock got there first.
Yeah. But they kind of did the whole steampunk thing to differentiate them from Fallout because, BioShock was very, very close to Fallout, the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I think they actually did it well, even though that's one of my least favorite games. Storyline, I don't know. It's just too convoluted for me. But that's just me. But, so I think they did it really well, but every game that's come out since then, it's like they don't really know what steampunk is. So they take kind of 1700s England and then slap some metal in it, and it's like, that's not steampunk.
They did do that. They called it the Order 1886.
That's exactly what I was referring to.
I knew you guys were going to bring up that game.
That and Dishonored. Yeah. And that's the trend. That's now what steampunk has become, and I just no.
Okay. So, Metal Hellsinger is as described on Digital Trends is basically Doom as a rhythm game with a metal soundtrack.
But I mean, Doom has a metal soundtrack.
They clearly didn't know what they were talking about then. Yeah. Moving on. There is a mobile version of Rocket League now out called Rocket League Sideswipe.
I think that's cool.
I have no interest in this.
I can play that one better than the awful job I do on regular.
Because you have an iPad.
I have not played Rocket League in a long while, to be honest.
I've got it loaded up, ready to play on the Series X, but I don't know if I can be bothered to play it.
Yeah.
No, it's a game that's better played with other people, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Star Trek Resurgence is a new choice-driven adventure game created by former Telltale game developers. This is the one that you mentioned earlier, Nana. Mm-hmm. I actually didn't see this one.
Oh, you didn't see the trailer, is what you mean?
No.
Right. I mean, it's Telltale and Star Trek.
It kind of makes sense, I think.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Star Trek is more story-oriented. Does that make sense? As an entity?
Yeah,
it does.
It's not to say that there isn't a lot of, action involved in Star Trek, but it is a very story character driven thing. So I actually think this is a good pairing if done well.
Yeah, the only problem is it's currently being handled by a company that has absolutely no idea. And I'm talking about the main company who owns the rights to Star Trek now. I have no idea what they're doing with Star Trek anymore.
Oh, yeah. There's some crazy stuff been coming out. I thought, like that cartoon, I thought that was a parody. I didn't think that was like...
No, that was full on serious.
That's part of the canon.
Oh my goodness.
It's a...
And I was like, this is canon?
Was it Lower Deck, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I was like...
I've heard so many bad things about that show.
It's really bad. It's really bad. And I'm not even the biggest Star Trek fan. I'm a very base, level.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Trek fan.
Oh, I really like the original series, and I like the Next Generation, but I really love the original movies. I love those.
I can't say I'm a Star Trek fan at all because I've never really watched them. So
it's
one of my shames. I want to go back and watch them.
Just watch the movies.
I don't want to watch the movies without the context of the
original
show, though.
That's the thing. You don't need the context of the original show.
Fair enough. I'll go and watch the movies.
Just for the first 8 until it hits Generations. Then you need Next Generation content. But yeah.
Right. Next game that was announced was Rumbleverse. A new platform fighter like Smash Brothers from Epic Games.
They're trying. Oh, Epic.
Nothing.
Oh, platform fighters, go away.
But you like them.
No. Look, look, how many have we had announced in the last 3 months?
Party Animals. I want that. What happened to Party Animals?
Oh, that's coming. That's the Xbox game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really want that. It looks so cute.
Okay, make that 4 then.
Yes.
Because I forgot about that one. Dying Light 2 Stay Human got yet another story trailer. Fortnite.
Come on, everyone loves.
It's an updated version of Fortnite, okay?
Yeah.
And there's Spider-Man in the game, and you can swing around in it, and it looks fucking crap.
Apparently, the swinging around mechanic is really good. It's what I hear. Yes. I don't know. Obviously.
Well, they managed to actually do Spider-Man swinging better than the Avengers.
Right, that's what I read, and it appears that Deadbeat has joined the chat. And...
Yep, he is here.
Which
clowns are still on? Yes,
I don't even know what time it is. My computer broke.
It's currently 10 to 5.
Oh, okay. So we're about to wrap up here.
Yeah, we're getting there. So I'll streamline through these last few ones because there is the biggest one that I saved for the end.
That's what she said.
Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt Battle Royale got a new trailer. This is starting to take my interest a lot more now.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I wish they would show off Bloodlines too.
Yeah, so would I, but I think they delayed it again because they had problems with the studio.
But I don't understand why. It's got, Bloodlines the original has been so, the community has been so supportive and have added and fixed it and all this kind of stuff. Just do that, but in Bloodlines too.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Crossfire X. This is the game that apparently has a story mode that's being made by Remedy. Re-announced that it's coming February 10th. The 1.0 release of a game called GTFO is out now, so it's been in early access for a while, and it's now 25% off. And yes, Kylie, I saw your face there when I said GTFO.
You better believe it.
Yeah, Synced Off Planet got a new trailer showing off its sci-fi shooting. Okay, Arc Raiders, debut game from Embark Studios, third-person sci-fi shooter. Another third-person sci-fi shooter.
There's nothing wrong with that, Pete. Some of us like that.
Look, we had a game just before that was a third-person sci-fi shooter.
Yes.
Yeah. And the final one wasn't the biggest. I think most people would consider this the biggest, but it was already out there beforehand. The Matrix Awakens.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Their new interactive experience that's meant basically as an Unreal Engine 5 tech demo.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of buzz at the moment. I might go and download it and check it out.
Yeah. I think it's worth it.
I watched The Matrix. I have no care for The Matrix, so I probably will not be playing this.
I absolutely loved the first Matrix.
Matrix is in my list of movies I've never seen that shocks people. I've not seen any.
The shame. The shame.
Mm-hmm.
It so just
Pete, can we get...
I didn't like it. The way it looked back then.
Yeah, Kylie. I think you know what we're going to talk about now.
I don't know.
Oh God, I've been waiting for this one.
I don't have
the one that I purposely left out till the very end so that you can have your fangirl moment. The Halo TV series debut trailer.
You know, I watched that on repeat, I might add.
Yes, of course I did, which is why I saved it till the end.
Oh my gosh. Pete and I briefly talked about this at some point this week.
Friday we did.
Was it Friday? Okay. I mean, it is a teaser trailer, because I think it was like, what, 1 minute 24? Something like that.
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know in terms of the actual raw time, because I watched it during...
Oh, yeah. Of course, I did not. Yeah, and it opens with Dr. Halsey, which is very important to anyone who is into Halo lore. So they've already started it with a good, solid, base.
Based on what I had seen in a video the other day, because before Infinite came out, I did find a video that was like an hour and a half long to get myself up to scratch with the lore.
Excellent.
And yeah, Dr. Halsey is a massively important character in Halo lore, so that's a good start.
Yeah. And I had heard rumors, and I hope they are true, but I had heard rumors that Steve Downes, which is the voice of Master Chief, and Jen Taylor, who's the voice of Cortana, are going to be in this. But they're not allowed to talk about it right now, because NDA and all that stuff.
It would be stupid if they didn't have them.
I agree. Yeah. Because, in theory, we're not supposed to see Master Chief's face, so they might as well use Steve Downes. Why not?
It's kind of a similar situation, which I think people were talking about online, and how in the vast majority of the first season of The Mandalorian, you didn't actually see the face of the person there. So it could have been anybody underneath the helmet.
Right. I am very much looking forward to this. I mean, Chief looks great. And I'm not bothered. Now, I'm one of those people, I'll preface this with, you got your quote-unquote audio files, which are people who are, like, obsessive about music quality and headset quality and all that kind of stuff. And then my thing is, you can only hear so much, like, I don't care. I'll listen to things on, like, my cell phone, and it's fine. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'll watch and listen. Yes. See? This is the reaction audiophiles have. They are like...
This is the thing, and based on the fact that the last 2 years I've become an audio editor, it's something that's now drummed into me.
Right. So for me, that kind of stuff, you can only hear so much. Now, by that same token, when it comes to special effects, to an extent, you can only see so much. So I'm happy with the way the ships are rendered. I love seeing the Pelican fly. Yeah, see, like, for me, it was fine. Now, it's just a teaser, and I am watching it on my computer screen. But I was also fine with the Halo Infinite. I'm so tired, guys. Halo Infinite trailer, when it first debuted, I was very excited. And then everyone's like, oh, the graphics are terrible. I can't sit here and tell you that I think they're terrible. I think they look great.
Yeah, but we both have track record for not being on the pulse on that one, especially with that Infinite trailer.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's terrible," and I'm like, "I love it." So on this
Halo, I love it.
Exactly. So with this new one, the TV show teaser, I love it.
Right, Nana, what did you think about this one?
What, the Halo thing, or?
Yeah.
I thought it looks cool. At first I didn't get the feeling of Halo from it personally, but
you did.
But yeah, I think it looks cool, honestly.
Pete, you're I know your thoughts, but go ahead and share it for the audience.
It's a teaser. You can't really make much of it. I think what they've done so far is they've hit on the most, probably some of the important beats in terms of the lore that manages to attract in the Halo fans.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with this, though, is that this is a TV series that is meant for the masses. How are they going to draw in the vast majority of people that are not interested in Halo?
I think if they tell the story from John's childhood, where he's kidnapped and forced to be a super soldier, I think it will be very like the human. Oh, I love Halo. I love Halo.
Yeah, I know, but that's
Getting
what I mean.
excited again.
But that's what I mean. You just explained that one tiny little aspect, and that could be enough to put so many people off because there's this deep, rich lore with Halo over 20
But I'm talking
years.
about. But I'm talking about
if it might be hard for the lay person to get massively invested in it.
Well, I think if they stick to the whole emotional part of Halo, which is huge, which and then the underlying theme of man becomes machine, is he no longer man? You know, and that's been around in science fiction for millennia. You know, definitely since even back in the 20s, Jules Verne and all that stuff. So if man is machine man, I think if they stick to that, and then of course explore the emotional ties between, you know, Cortana and Dr. Halsey and Chief and the various relationships, I think they can draw in anyone. Just the way Mandalorian drew in non-Star Wars fans.
True.
You know.
Okay. So my quick question on this one then is just to obviously close this out. Where do they start with this one? Do they start just in talking about Chief, Cortana, and the events of the first game? Or do they tackle Reach first?
Now here's what I think. Okay. Kylie's fan fiction. Fan fiction corner.
This is why I asked this question, Kylie, because I wanted this.
If they would start with, like in Halo 3, Master Chief falls from space and hits the ground. What is it? I forget the saying. It falls like a brick or something like that. I don't remember. There's like a meme about it.
Drops like a stone, you mean?
Yeah, something like that. And he locks up in his armor. If they started with something like that, where they could almost be like going through his memories, you know, while he's stuck in the armor, because he can't, like, he's functional, he just can't move. It's locked up. But his mind doesn't stop. And if they started with him in cryosleep, and you know, and then they started with the, let's say, childhood, and then they did like a flash forward to know, Reach, and a flash forward to, you know, whatever, the Covenant.
So hang on. So what do you mean by in terms of the cryosleep here? Are we talking about the cryosleep that happens at the end of Halo 3, or
cryosleep,
Halo 3 and 4?
Cryosleep is a huge part of the whole Halo verse. It's how they transport the Spartans. Yeah. So it could be completely, it doesn't have to be like a specific instance. It could just be him getting, you know, ready to go to his first, I don't know, thing, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you meant a specific moment.
Oh, right.
I mentioned there.
No. You know, but then, you know, because that way, as long as they're in his memories, they could easily do the first time he met Cortana, you know, and she could do her whole speech, choosing him speech. Our chat's popping off. Pete, you want to go through that before we wrap up?
Well, I'm trying to see Deadbeat's comment there, but I couldn't really see what was going on there. Hang on.
Hedgehogs with swords in this. Oh my goodness.
See, I want to talk about that.
So you put, if the public took to Game of Thrones, they'll adapt to this no problem.
I mean, they stopped taking the Game of Thrones by the end of it.
Yeah, they messed that up.
But that's mainly because George R.R. Martin decided to procrastinate for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sencho put, never got past episode 1 of Game of Thrones, watched it twice. Lol.
I will say this, the whole first season is one of my least favorites. It didn't draw me in. It wasn't until the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3 that I was like, hooked, line and sinker.
Yeah, Deadbeat Punk finished it up. Says,
at least you tried.
Because obviously
your phone's messed up.
My screen.
He said at least
Halo with swords is.
No, Hollyoaks with swords is all it is.
Hollyoaks with swords is
all it is. Game of Thrones.
Okay, fine.
It is. It's a soap opera, and I love it.
There were some other comments that obviously happened whilst we were talking about everything. A lot of them are obviously talking about the awards, so I won't go back to a lot of them. But we appreciate all the comments that we had during that time about all of that. So I do have one final point that I want to bring up about the Halo TV series.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The fact that it's 2022 obviously is nice to know. They kind of have put a date on it.
Yes.
My biggest issue: where the hell is it going for the rest of the world?
That's a good
I
question.
I know.
Paramount Plus. Yeah, cool. Paramount Plus for America. Yeah, thanks for that. What about us in the UK? What about everyone in like Australia and Japan or wherever else in the world? Because there's no plans at the moment to bring Paramount Plus across. Where do we get to watch this?
You know how I'm gonna watch it. Same way I watch Game of Thrones.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Because I don't condone that on here. I do, but I'm sure we have a notorious sailor of the high seas at present. So.
I want to make 2 comments. One, Brent says he's got to go. Sorry, that's okay, Brent. Thanks for being able to join us.
Take care, Brent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deadbeat, for the great read. But if you notice, I have actually got a massive line on my screen that goes through half of your comment.
But I also want to make a comment that on one of the Destiny dungeons, there's a small boss. See, I'm gonna get all my Destiny, Call Me Kevin, and Ghost King in.
Halo.
And Halo.
Yep, all of them.
All in one episode.
Oh, Kylie's greatest hits. But anyway, there's
there you go. We got our title.
Oh crap. There's a little mini boss in there, and his name is he's a shank, which is a flying, like a little drone gun, and his name is RM8. Why? And his name is RM80.
Oh, right.
It's so cute, and I had to kill him, but I still love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Deadbeat has finished this up with a couple of comments here because, as per usual, Deadbeat Punk likes to call me out on a fair few things. So thank you for that. He then put "Yar" because we know he's a famous
sailing man.
Sailor high.
Yep.
He then put, "Did I break your screen? No, you didn't, sir. And I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just merely stating that it's quite hard for me to monitor chat this way, but I have to do it."
It's true.
And he said, "Save your vinegar for next week."
Ooh, piss and vinegar.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that on my chips.
Piss and vinegar.
No, just vinegar.
So for our viewers at home and listeners, I'm very tired. This is a long brain not good focus.
So we wrap this up then?
Fishy chips.
Come on, wrap it up.
Oh yeah, it's me that has to wrap it up. Guys, it's going to be terrible next week because it's going to be a longer episode.
Actually, let me go on my ending.
Yes.
That I said I wanted to go.
Yes.
Pete, you may need to add new songs because I don't know if I'm going to be able to control the stuff I'm saying.
I have Discord open, ready for timestamp.
Okay, so I'll just give overall thoughts quickly, and then you two can give them if you want as well.
Yeah.
But overall, this was, I think, a little bit more enjoyable than the other shows. But the thing for me is that most of the game reviews blur together so much, and it's just like, where are we going with this? Like, I'm speaking as someone who's like in less than a year who hopes to get into the industry, of course, but it's like there's no real sense of good creativity. This is the same generic shit over and over again for me personally. Okay, that's one. It's just the same generic things over and over again. Like, everything is either shooter and stuff, and with indies and things, but it's
licensed.
Yeah, it's like licensed as well, but like, where's the creativity gone for me personally as well? Yeah. So it's just a case of, I don't know if this industry is gonna like be as creative anymore. I think it's just turned into Hollywood, and that is a shame. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
You only had one. That's not bad.
You know.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually, considering. I'm mostly mirroring your sentiments here. Like, yeah, I agree. There was so many licensed games there. There was so many like games of varying different quality, and games that clearly were taking direct homage or inspiration from other games that are so much more successful. Like I mentioned, obviously with platform fighters, you know, Smash Brothers came out 3 years, like Ultimate came out 3 years ago, and we're now seeing 4, 5, maybe even 6 within that time. And I think, to answer your question, the creativity is obviously coming from the direction that we sort of expect it, which is the same as the movie industry, from the independents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny that there wasn't a massive highlight of indies during this game, like during the Game Awards, but you know they wanted to focus on the main industry itself, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we should probably put more of a spotlight on some of the indie devs there, you know, and not rely on some of those. Also, I do have to mention one final thing with that as well that I didn't bring up as much during the show, because I felt, and I don't know what you guys felt about it, but I felt Geoff Keighley's opening statement about the stuff that was going on in the industry was absolutely fucking weak as sauce.
It was terrible.
It was so terrible.
There are a lot of goose honks. There are a lot of goose honks in this episode.
Yep, I know, but I had to. I'm sorry, I had to say it was bad. It was such a non-point. Yeah. It was like, oh yeah, we need to strive for diversity and inclusion. No, yes, I agree with you.
Generic. We
can't allow harassment in any way, shape, or form. But then the problem was, right, he didn't directly call out any particular studio for it. Went straight on to talking about YouTubers.
But that's also because
the community didn't talk about those devs. Absolutely shocking.
That's also because
I knew he was going to be weak on it.
One of the guys from Activision, not Bobby Kotick, but his assistant, which is very similar to that name, like a Robert Kotick. Yeah. I don't know.
Kotick
or something like that. He actually sits on the board of
we
the
mentioned
game.
this before. That it's also he's Guillemot from Ubisoft and someone from Riot Games as well. The three companies that have been implied as being the worst at the moment.
And he ain't gonna bite the hand that feeds him.
No, I know he's not, but I felt it was such
he's not a strong man. Yeah, he's not a strong man. He's not.
He's not, but it was so weak.
Yeah, no, it was very bad. And then Deadbeat says, I feel bad for Sonic. Nobody cares about his new game, but are so excited for his new movie. It's true.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. It's like, I care about the game so much that I even said I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
I feel like... Like, I can go into this, like, maybe if we do a Sonic discussion episode at some point, maybe that might be a good topic to do.
Yeah,
but it's like, so. It feels like ever since the movie succeeded, it's like they're taking the franchise in a different direction. To just bounce off the success of a movie.
That's what they did with the X-Men, and why I ever stopped reading the X-Men is because as soon as the movies became kind of higher profile, they just changed the course of the comics, and it was just gone. Yeah. The heart was gone out of the comics. So, but let's wrap up, because I am getting loopy.
Yeah, let's wrap up, because Kylie wants to pass out.
I was going to say, I've already been saying some pretty weird things. What?
Kylie wants to play Halo.
Ooh. Or Destiny.
Nope.
I wish I could play both. I could play Halo here and Destiny there. Anyway.
That's why you need a Series X and a Series S.
What was I saying? Oh, what? Deadbeat says, Nana's Introduction to Furry Life, Part 1.
Oh my goodness.
There's
it's because you're joining the Sonic community. That's it. Like you've instantly defaulted to Rule 34ing.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The fan fiction of Sonic. Oh gosh.
My goodness.
I know.
Tell you what, we should find some of them and read them as bonuses.
We should.
They're so funny.
I think they would make great side addition.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's finish this, because I am like, let's finish the fight. I'm so loopy. I'm so loopy, and I'm hungry. Thank you for joining us.
My announcer voice.
Yes. We've appreciated our wonderful chat who have stopped by and visited us. But even more, we appreciate...
For this extra long episode.
For this, yes. Yes, because there's a very long pre-ramble.
There was.
mostly due to me and my loopiness. But we also want to thank our at-home listeners, because you're the reason that we do this. You make it possible for us to keep making this podcast, because you keep listening. So continue to do that, because you guys are awesome. But I think that's going to do it for us. So, Nana, where can they find you out there in the big blue world?
So on Twitter and Instagram, you can find me at Nana_Marfo. I usually just make art, or just, like Pete said, make art or fire or whatever, and just tweet about what I've been playing and stuff like that. If you want to read my blogs, it is nmarfoblogs.wordpress.com. I finally finished the Scarlet Nexus review. So
oh wow!
If you want to go read that, go read that.
Absolutely.
I'll link both the blog and Twitter in the show notes, so you can get easy access to them.
Very good.
Own Kylie.
Pete.
I didn't even hear that, but I knew it was something dodgy.
No, I was just yawning. Pete, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, on the Twitter sphere, making fun of people, I guess, and being sarcastic as all heck. At Pete Beckett1. I'm on Discord as well, so come and find me somewhere there. But please check out my other podcast, The Never Watchers, if you like movies.
If you like pina coladas, you can join me.
God in the rain.
You can join me over on Twitter. I was gonna make a point.
Which has nothing to do with pina coladas, by the way.
It doesn't. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Where I recently had to cancel going to an event that I was really looking forward to, but I ended up buying like 5 dresses. So I'm just gonna take pictures of myself in dresses and post them, which is not interesting to anyone. But I live a life of nothing and no interaction. So join me over on Twitter at Kiley to Greet, which is KILEYTEHGREET. I remembered it because my brain is very tired. And I think that's going to do it for us for the podcast. So we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Okay.
Why does every single recording end with, like, the last bit is always you laughing?
Because I think it's funny.
Why is every show that I'm on ends up going very chaotic in one way or another?
It's so chaotic. I think part of it is
being the fact that you like Final Fantasy and you like JRPGs, it's all about chaos.
Oh, chaos.
That's a good point.
I love chaos.
And it's surprising they didn't have a Strangers of Paradise.
That is true. Yeah. Oh, they didn't have a 16 trailer there either. Where is that going to show up?
Oh
I'm worried possibly about that game even existing anymore.
That's a fair point.
Well, to be fair, I mean, isn't it like one of the very first ones that's like Western led?
Oh, right.
Oh no, that's Strangers of Paradise. Sorry. Yeah, it's a bit concerning that obviously they had that as like a showpiece thing on the PlayStation Showcase before the release, and yet we've seen absolutely next to nothing about it since. And it was supposed to come out in 2020.
That's what she said.
There I am trying to make a resoundingly good and fair and accurate point, and Kylie just comes out with some absolute smut.
I always...
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio.
It's true. And Deadbeat says, get behind Dragon Quest 12. Can't they just...
That was just announced, though. They don't even have a release date for it.
Why are they still making Dragon Quest? This is...
Can I tell you why, as someone who's played Dragon Quest 11?
Go on.
Because it's excellent.
Go on, King.
And because the series in Japan sells gangbusters.
All right.
Like that game...
And it's the biggest property that Square now obviously have to
I would say that's Power Wash Simulator. Thank you very much.
I mentioned Enix, not Square Enix.
Well, to me, they are the same.
Was around long before.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, get behind Dragon Quest 12. I am actually a bit more excited about Dragon Quest 12 now that I've played 11.
I wouldn't get behind a dragon.
I'm excited for the HD 2D thing because I do like the look of the HD 2D games.
Yeah, they do look very, very interesting. So it might be a good excuse for me to pick them up and play the older games.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Deadbeat, you can pass that one along to Oodles the next time you talk to him. You and him managed to convince me to play bloody Dragon Quest.
I like
not regretting it though.
I like dragons, Deadbeat, but just not in that way.
You just don't like questing for them.
I love them, but I'm not in love with them.
Wow, that sounds like the talk I got years ago.
Me too, my first.
Moving on.
Yes.
From painful memories as a child.
Well, I wasn't a child. I was like 17. I'm so tired. Chat, we're going to stay with you for, I don't know, because I don't have...
Oh my god, Jesus!
I'll be dragging these nuts over Pete's head! Yes, yes, yes!
I read it, but I didn't get it at first. Oh my goodness, Deadbeat.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's the end of that. I can't take any more. That's it.
I'm pretty tired. Debbie, I am going to message you at some point this week. I promise. Because I really have a show idea. I want to come on your show. That's what she said. And you can call it that. That's what she said. No.
Excellent. Thanks everyone for joining us this
I will.
Yes.
Say please do.
And thank you two very much for having me.
Oh, it's always great having you, Nan.
I was going to say we'll promise to not be like as chaotic next time, but every show you come on is chaotic.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen.
To ramp up the chaos even more.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
But see, that's why we have Kieran and why I like to be especially chaotic and make him work harder.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, maybe we'll come back to part 2 of the irreverent breakdown of Pitchwood when he's had more escapades in the industry.
I think that will be that's definitely on the cards. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Guarantee that he gets himself cancelled out of the movie industry at some point.
Something he can't help himself. Something. Yeah.
No, he can't.
Yeah.
You know full well that he's going to go up to some famous actress. It's like, I know pussy magic.
Yes. Oh, what is wrong with him? But I'm going to attempt to end this stream. But my computer is fried, so it might not work immediately. But thank you so much for joining us. Okay, thank you for joining us. So we will see you very much next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.